And welcome back to the Time Machine as we are in Richmond, Virginia for round 4 of the 2003 3-Wide TV Cup Series. I am your play-by-play man, James Watson, with my broadcast partners, Victor Aldrich and Carlos Acosta. And we are at the Action Track Richmond Raceway for the GM Grand Prix Excitement 400. It's not the Pontiac Excitement 400 because even though we're in 2003, we still don't have the Pontiac for whatever reason. But that's neither here nor there. Joining me tonight, as I said, for his first ever broadcast is Victor Aldridge. How you doing tonight, Victor?
Doing great, James. Thanks for having me aboard. Excited for tonight. As you mentioned, a few keywords there: action, excitement, flat track racing. That's what we're going to get.
Absolutely. As we cut to the starting grid, your front row for tonight, Tyler Fody and Ethan Stanley, with Scott Crump and Johnny Thomas in row 2. Row 3 features the 6 of Justin Wadsworth and William White in the 43. Row 4 has Tate Lytle in the 56 and the 42 of Ryan Borges. Rounding out your top 10 is the 59 of Caleb Pecumer and the 12 of Leighton Norgard. Row 6 has the 69 of Daniel Gore and the 81 of Cale Pocock. Paul Schmallenberg in the 13 and Tyler Popp are in row 7. Chad Frankenfield in the 15, starting 15th. And Jared Rexing in the 16th, or in the 10, starting 16th rather. JP Phillips in 17th, and Noah Blackwell in the 16th, starting 18th. Rounding out the top 20, Paul Mikolajczyk in the 77, and Jesse Rasimus in the 70. And take it away, Victor.
Yeah, further back in the field, starting 21st, we have Fody, and 22nd, we have Evans. Starting 23rd, Hibbs. Hardcastle, 24th in the 38. Coming up in 25th in the 25 car at 22.2 seconds, Wright, and alongside Campbell in the 31. In 27th, we have Talon and McIntosh in 28th. 29th, Mark Revilis. And 30th, we have Huckleberry. Thompson starting 31st in the number 30 car, and Smith outside in the 00. And 33rd we have Isabella starting alongside Adams in 35th. On the final row we have Rucker in the 17 car, starting 36th.
Alrighty, and there's your starting lineup for tonight's field. A little bit of a smaller field than what we've been getting so far in this series, but that's what 400 laps at Richmond does to a person. We're completing the first 2 pace laps, our one real opportunity to catch our breath before 400 laps of excitement here at Richmond Raceway.
That's right. Keep your eyes peeled, hold your breath. It's going to be intense these first few laps.
Absolutely.
Got a few cars there towards the back I could see making a move towards the front too, so keep an eye on the middle of the pack.
All right, here we go. Pace car makes a hard left-hand turn on a pit road. Tyler Fody will lead us to the restart zone. Green means go. We're underway at Richmond. Good jump from the pole sitter as he's going to inch ahead, taking the lead down into turn 1. Stanley going to try to fight back on the outside, but he's not going to do it. Fody going to clear, and he's going to have to hold off the one of Scott Crump as we barrel down into turn 3. Stanley looking to the outside of the 40 once again, but not able to make a run. So we see Johnny Thomas and Justin Wadsworth side by side for P4. And we're almost getting 3 wide there right behind him. Tate Lytle was looking, he wanted, but he's going to back out and do the smart thing.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
we got a car going around. Chad Frankenfield.
Yeah,
Oh, and he's
Frankenfield.
hit. Oh, I think it's Noah Blackwell that got him.
other
Hardcastle,
cars.
and I believe, I couldn't quite tell. Oh, Gavin Hibbs. Oh, Gavin Hibbs. That is unfortunate. Ugh.
Looks like a lot of that might be repairable.
Here's hoping for Chad. But I think we all, I think we all predicted that one coming there, Victor.
Yeah.
This may be the second night in a row that Chad Frankenfield has had issues on lap number 1.
Oh.
Yeah, looks like he just kind of got loose there going into the corner. I think I heard him having issues with that in practice.
That low line can be pretty tricky
Oh.
on entry.
Yep, he saw the rear of that 15 car just went around. Nowhere for Noah Blackwell to go. Hardcastle, Hibbs. I think Jesse Racimas also might have got some issues. Got some damage in that incident as well. See, oh,
No.
Gavin Hibbs almost made it through, but unfortunately that 15 car was still sliding.
Minimize the damage, though. That was really good being alert.
Yeah.
There. Are we downshifting here in these corners with these cars?
God, I hope not, because boy howdy, that's going to be complicated. Yeah, it looked like he almost just clobbered Paul Smallenberg in front of him. I think that might have what caused him to lose it, just trying to make sure he woed up and didn't hunt poor Paul and just lock the rear. Well, and Noah Blackwell has officially retired from the race already.
Oh.
Well, it's, if you're gonna get taken out in a full distance race, maybe getting taken out early isn't the worst thing ever. I know you're used to all kinds of full distance races going into your second full-time season in the Elite IndyCar.
Yes, the full-length races are definitely a lot of fun. You have to be, obviously, strategic in a way. Just, I think, taking your time, being patient. Sometimes these early wrecks do happen, though, especially at tracks like this. And, I don't know, just kind of biding your time, though, and making sure you save the fuel and the tires. You know, you want to stretch that first fuel stint as long as you can, I think.
Absolutely, and that's especially imperative here in Richmond. Short track, not the best on tires, not the worst that we have on this schedule, but if you're not careful, you're going to be suffering. So we are 1 to green, and as you see, once again, we are single file restarts.
Oh, very nice.
Oh yeah, this is going to get interesting. The pace car making that hard left-hand turn on the pit road. Tyler Fody will lead us to the restart zone. Green means go. We're back underway at Richmond. Good jump from Tyler Fody.
And I'm seeing Frankenfield only 1 lap down at the moment.
That's why he was on the inside line.
Yeah.
That indeed huge for Chad to only go down 1 lap from that second lap crash. Now Scott Crump going to try to get around him. Crump looking to the inside of the 15.
What a great paint job on that number 1.
Isn't it? It just pops, especially here in the evening when you see the hint of the sheen off of that shiny, I don't know if it's quite chrome, I'd say maybe metallic spec matte. You see battle for the lead, heating up. Ethan Stanley about near knocking on the door of that 40.
In the Stanley machine at that.
Exactly. And perfectly matching his iconic 91. And here he comes, looking to the outside of Fody. Now looking to the inside. He's going to ship it down into turn 1. Fody trying to roll that high line, going low and dipping high, and he's going to carry the momentum off of turn 2. And he'll close the door on Ethan Stanley. holds on to the lead here at Richmond. Scott Crump gets by Chad Frankenfield.
Yeah, testing the waters there, I think Stanley was. Just kind of seeing what he might be able to get away with and how aggressive Fody might be holding on that position. So I think we have an idea now.
Yeah, Tyler does not want to give up this lead yet. And it's telling because usually we see him. In fact, we see both of these drivers take it pretty easy early in a run. Normally, they don't tend to fight for these positions. They just try to wait it out and let everyone burn their stuff off. But it's clear that both drivers feel that having that clean track ahead of them is the way to go tonight, as we see side by side in front of Tate Lytle, Johnny Thomas, and I believe it's the 43.
Yes.
Side by side trying to battle for the last spot in the top 5. We're side by side, a little deeper in the pack. Mikolajczyk and JP Phillips fighting for position.
Love seeing those onboards with the drivers there. And,
yeah. Absolutely. Carlos knocked it out of the park with that roof cam. You see everything that you want to see. The battles up front, a little hint of the sunset past the grandstands. Absolutely chef's kisses. Oh, we're almost going to be 3 wide. Oh, Vince Isabella was wanting to make it 3 wide as Gerald Campbell, I believe, behind them got a little bit of the wall.
Yeah, looks okay, but definitely went up against the wall for a bit there.
I tell you, Victor, it's so easy to just get a little bit of the wall here on the front stretch at Richmond. This curved front straightaway just catches you out so much.
It closes real fast on exit of 4 and then pinches real easy on entry of 1.
Guys, we have a live reaction from Noah Blackwell. He is not happy.
Oh.
Yeah, I can't say I blame him on that one. Yeah, and I tell you, I hit the wall on the front stretch going into turn 1 more often than I do going into exiting turn 4 as we see battle for P2. Here comes Crump. Oh, big sideways for the 1. He'll hold on to it, but that's not going to help those Goodyears out. I tell you, that one car, the one car is the one to watch. Scott Crump is a very accomplished short track racer. He knows how to get around these places. So if there's one guy that I think could take it to the likes of our front row, it's definitely that one car. And keep an eye out for the 18 of Vincent Isabella as well. He is also an experienced short tracker. So this is a good opportunity for those that are really good on the brakes, understand how to get a short track done. As Aaron Smith bringing it down on the pit road and leaving. He's not on pit road.
He is having huge connection issues right now. My iRace control just has nothing but Aaron Smith went to not in world messages.
Yeah, he did mention that it was having thunderstorms right when he entered the session, so unfortunately the weather proving too much for the driver of the 00, and that might be his night. Absolutely unfortunate for Aaron Smith rather, my apologies.
You know, when you have weather...
There's one coming.
Contact! Oh yeah, William White is not happy with Chad Frankenfield. He's been stuck behind that 15 for quite some time.
Yeah, Chad is fighting very hard here with that lap down.
He is, and you know, Victor. and you know, Victor, this has been a point of contention so far this season. The single file restart slap cars to the inside, you know, it makes things difficult on these lead lap cars when they're battling with the lappers trying to get their lap back. It's come to a head a couple times, most notably our full-length Brickyard 400 a few weeks ago. So Keep an eye on this. This might be a bit of a recurring theme once again tonight.
Yeah. Sure, it brings back a lot of great memories, you know, from these cars back in the day, seeing them line up like that. And as the race progresses, you know, being such a short track with Richmond, I think we'll get quite a few cars on that inside line by the end of the night.
Absolutely, especially if we keep going as we are now. Been clean and green, I think, a lot longer than some may have expected.
Yeah.
Knock on wood. Commentator's curse incoming.
I think I just saw a little tap there too, as you said that.
Oh man, and Daniel Gore thought about making it 3 wide. These two purple and pink cars of Leighton Norgard and Caleb Percumer continue to go at it for position.
Yeah,
Norgard
great contrast out there.
I know, right? Whoa, Norgard got the wall a little bit. Here comes Percumer back once again.
Incredible racing back here.
I know. Because it looks like, you wonder if Norgard might be getting held up a smidge behind the forward Johnny Thomas. Thomas running that extreme high line.
Oh.
A unique line we see at Richmond.
Man, I saw some sparks up ahead even in the group.
I think you're right, Victor. I caught a little bit of that as well. But man, it's wild seeing that line the forwards running. You see it occasionally in real life, but I've never seen on the sim someone able to make ripping the lip here at Richmond work as well as Johnny Thomas is.
It takes commitment, that's for sure.
Absolutely, and a lot of skill. But you know, it must be absolutely frustrating that 12 cars, he gets a little bit sideways off of 2.
Almost got to join him up there a little bit, maybe middle of the track.
Yeah, Norgard is pushing and he wants by that 4. He's gotten loose a few times. We see White and Lytle side by side. Both of them still behind the 15. Ryan Borges with a fantastic view of this battle.
One of my favorite paint jobs here. I know I've talked about a few paint schemes already, but this one in particular, old Montoya throwback, is legendary for me.
Absolutely. This Haviland scheme is iconic, you know. It hasn't changed much over the years. It stayed the same for the most part, you know. Doesn't matter if, whether it's Ernie Irvin, Ricky Rudd, Montoya, or even Jamie McMurray, you know, it's still been this basic all black with the red trim and the big old Haviland star at the front. It's simple, but it's just so clean.
Still just bumper to bumper at the front. Incredible how they're just maintaining this pace.
No kidding. These 3 have been just nose to tail. And now there's a 4th. Justin Wadsworth rolling up on the seam as Crump looking to the inside of Stanley. Oh, there's contact! Rexing! Pop! Hard into the outside wall.
Right on cue with the camera there. Great job.
No kidding. Absolutely fantastic direction from Carlos Acosta. Bringing it on just in time to watch the calamity. Oof. Yeah, it just looked like Rexing just braked a lot later than Pop. And Pop goes a 2 car.
That was good.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's hard to tell if one broke too early or one broke too late, or they met in the middle, but definitely they didn't have enough space there.
No, they didn't. Here we go. Everyone bringing it down the pit road, and Chad Frankenfield getting the lucky dog going back on the lead lap. Clean entries into the box for our top three.
Oh.
Interesting. Strategy shenanigans for the 1 and the 18, as well as, stop me if you've heard this one, Elite fans, Chris Wright, of course, staying out to be the leader.
Well, here's the thing. Isabella, who did kind of win the battle on Fair Road, won it because he kind of missed his stall.
Yeah, I see that. That is unfortunate for the 18. Vincent's going to have to make up a lot of track position.
2 drivers stayed out, the 25 and the 88. Both of them have yet to go down Fair Road.
Yeah, this will be an interesting one. I think we're going to quickly take a breath and take a break and get our first ad break in. We'll see you soon.
3 years of sellout crowds, 3 years of edge of your seat action, 3 years of jaw-dropping finishes. Worldwide Technology Raceway has rocked the world of NASCAR, and now NASCAR is giving us another reason to celebrate. The 2025 NASCAR Cup Series Championship playoffs are coming Sunday, September 7th, 2025. Just when you thought the racing couldn't get any more intense, now every single lap matters. One wrong move could be the difference between elimination and being crowned the king. The Enjoy Illinois 300, the Confluence Music Festival, the NASCAR Cup Series playoffs, and for the first time in 15 years, the NASCAR Xfinity Series on Saturday, September 6th. Don't be on the outside looking in. See history being made in your own backyard. Go to www.raceway.com for the hottest ticket of the year.
All right, and here we are. Chris Wright leads us to the restart zone. Green means go. We're back underway at Richmond. Great jump from the race leader, Chris Wright, as Stanley tried to go around the outside of Scott Krupp, as he is right behind the 88 of Adams. They're still side by side for P. I believe this is P3. Have the lap car of Jesse Racimus right there in between Wright and Adams.
Yeah, the 25 is loving this. He needs...
Oh, chaos! We got a caution! Harrison Talon around on the infield grass.
Lap 40.
Not too much beans.
And, yep.
Yeah.
Tale as old as time here at Richmond, especially off turn 4.
Yeah, he's lucky that there was a caution. I think a lot of those times it can be self-clearing, and he was right on that borderline, I feel.
Yeah, I've seen guys spin in the infield here and not get a caution, so good break for the 8th, and a good break for, I believe, the 2, Tyler Popp. I think he's going to get his lap back and get back on the lead lap of this race after being involved in the caution before this caution. And there he goes, zoom zoom.
It's a real good feeling.
Absolutely.
Everybody's watching too.
Yep.
Yeah, get some fresh tires.
Yep. Although
Check
don't have a
fuel
whole
only.
heck. Yeah, I was gonna say we don't have a whole lot of tire sets for this race. I think only 8 extra sets of tires, I believe.
That is good. Good to know.
We didn't do race picks, did we?
We did not. Well, we'll let the newbie on the scene go first. Victor, who's your pick for tonight?
Oh, so I'm not all too familiar with a lot of the roster here, but I do recognize a few guys from our IndyCar series. One car I'm noticing moving up pretty quick is a Leighton Norgard. I do like him. Maybe also Ethan Stanley being towards the front there. Those two guys are pretty quick, so I'll go Stanley.
Alrighty, and I'm gonna go with that one, Scott Crump. You know, short trackers unite. I think he's got an excellent chance to try to bring home this win.
You never want to count out Tate Lytle. Feeling he's gonna shine here in the nighttime.
Absolutely. We've seen multiple occasions where we said, I think that 56 car is done. I don't know if he's going to pull it off, only for him to seriously prove us wrong. So we are 1 to green right now.
Only fitting he's in the Harvick car, right?
Absolutely. Just as the pace car getting ready to make that hard left-hand turn on a pit road. Chris Wright will lead us to the restart zone. Green means going. We're back underway at Richmond. A mammoth jump from the 25. And Jacob Adams is going to have his hands full with the 91, Ethan Stanley. Stanley going to clear him, and now Adams has to worry about Crump. Crump looking to the inside of the 88. Right there. Adams looks like he's going to clear him off of turn 4. Stanley working on the lap car. Jesse Racimus is Chris Wright trying to drive away.
38 down in pit road, serving a black flag. Could be a drive-through, I believe.
That is unfortunate for Andrew Hardcastle. As we have a battle for the lead. Stanley Wright side by side.
Those fresh tires paying off.
Absolutely. Stanley sending it off into turn 1. Just about, and he's going to do it clear. Ethan Stanley takes over the lead of this race. As Scott Crump still working on Jacob Adams. Looks like he's going to clear, and now it's Tyler Fode's turn to work on the 88. Got a bit of a train starting to line up behind Jacob Adams. Adams pulling the outside, trying to get the momentum. Fode inches a little close, and he's going to clear, move Stanley up. And now Tate Lytle's turn. So far, the strategy call, I don't know if you can maybe consider it working out. So far, Adams is up quite a few positions from where he was when he made the strategy choice, but at the end of this run, we'll see how many of those he'll be able to hang on to.
Yeah, once you give up that inside line.
Yeah, Adams and Chris Wright, they are currently double digits up from where they were. Chris Wright is up 23 spots, and Jacob Adams is currently up 26 spots. So they can drop all the way to like the bottom of the field, and this strategy should work out for them if their strategy is to save a set of tires at the end.
All right, well, there you have it. As we see Lytle sending it on Tyler Fode. Fode's going to have to deal with the lap car, Jesse Racimus, right there in front of him. This is going to massively help out Crump and Lytle. As, oh my goodness, we are 3 wide off of turn 4. Crump, Fode, Racimus. Crump backing out. And Fode will get by Racimus. Absolutely. No, I'm surprised. If I was Scott Crump, I would have kept it in there, making everyone else's problem. But Scott Crump doing probably the smarter thing, backing out. But this allows Fode to get past Racimus and now try to get past Chris Wright for P2. Meanwhile, Crump is still having to work on that 70, not quite close. Jesse Racimus still holds on the outside. And now Justin Wadsworth is jumped up behind the 70 car.
I think he wants to go 3 wide now.
I think so, because that's the only avenue he has. It's not gonna be easy to get by the 70 with the room he has. Lord knows Tate Lyle's not gonna give him an opportunity to ship it through the middle.
See Lytle down there with the webcam.
Yeah, look at the focus from the 56. This track is high focus, high stress, especially with these rear happy, low grip, high horsepower Gen 4 Cup cars. And here we go, 3 wide.
Oh my.
Well, backs out a little bit. Oh, but William White wanted to throw his name in the mix. And now we're going to get 3 wide. Racimus is going to back out.
Really
Wadsworth and
stacking
White. Yeah, this is a hornet's nest. Absolute traffic jam. You see Doolin Haviland cars now, Racimus and Borges. As I think we got 3 wide towards the back of the pack, I believe. Yep, there it is.
Wow.
Looks like Evans, Campbell couldn't make out the 3rd car.
You think those Haviland cars give a little extra room to each other? I don't know.
Absolutely not. There's no room given in Richmond.
It's like when you see your own car on the road, you're like, oh, give a wave to it.
Yeah. Hi, me.
Like the leaders are out on a stroll in the park while the middle of the field is it's an all-out brawl.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Bodie and Stanley have the best seats in the house. They can just cruise and conserve while everyone is throwing haymakers. Could throw Tate Lyle in the mix. He's able to cruise. He's got a decent gap around him. It's just that Wadsworth leads the calamity behind him.
Like, did we just have a 2 wide restart? Like, what happened?
We had the, I know, like, we had a restart not too long ago, but that was single file. You can't tell that right now. This is incredible. And heck, sometimes you might mistake and think we had a 3 wide start at Indianapolis.
Yeah.
See, 3 wide right there. Mikolajczyk, Adams, and a Frank Fody right there.
The 88 is just sinking like a rock right now.
Oh, someone got the wall, and someone's continuing to get the wall. All kinds of smoke coming off of the backstretch wall. Mikolajczyk and Frank Fody continue to battle. Oh my goodness, I thought Daniel Gore was going to ship it. Oh man, and this is what's chaotic as a broadcaster, is that you don't know if they're going to behave or someone's going to go, oh screw it, 3 wide down there somewhere. As you see that 69, he's getting antsy. These 2 ahead of him have been side by side for quite some time here. Oh, the patience is leaving the 69 to Daniel Gore.
I think we are seeing a lot of crossing over with tire wear right now.
He's looking, there he is, he's sending it 3 wide into turn 1. Oh, so close. Woo. There's not much gap between the 41 and the 69. Gore will back out of it. And now he's got the 18, Vincent Isabella, on the comeback trail after missing his pit box on that yellow flag stop.
Incredible driving by everyone there.
This is fantastic. Oh, as we say that, Vincent Isabella cut the wall a little bit off on the back straightaway coming off of turn 2. As the field also continues to try to make its way around Jesse Racimus. Jesse really hoping for a caution here so he can get one of his 4 laps back.
One thing I'm noticing is Crump is actually back to 9th now, just ahead of Wright, who's still on those older tires.
Yeah, we saw him. It didn't look like he took tires on that stop under caution.
That's right. Maybe if anything, 2 tires at most, right?
I believe so.
Yeah,
So-
interesting to see these strategies playing out and those tires at the front just really pulling away, and I think Stanley has a pretty significant lead at this point.
Yeah, and I gotta be honest, I just don't know about that strategy from like, obviously it makes perfect sense for your Jacob Adams and Chris Wright. You know, they were mired in the back and they needed track position, but Crump was already battling for the lead when that caution came out.
Yeah.
So
If it's not broke, don't fix it sometimes, right?
exactly, and I just don't know what what he thinks is gonna happen, because the only advantage he has is having an extra set of tires. That's gonna require a big balance of cautions at the right time, making everyone else use their tires, and then having a caution with like 40 or 30 laps to go when everyone has run out, to then use his fresh tires and drive up to the field. But like, he has to have enough time to be able to get through the field of everyone staying out because they have no tires left to use. But even still, 400 laps, I just can't imagine. Oh, we got it! Chaos on the back straightaway! Cody, Frankenfield, oh, they're continuing to win. Oh my goodness, more plowing in. Ty McIntosh. Oh my mother of mercy.
Quite a few cars there. I counted at least 8. What do you think?
I think you're right about that. Oh my goodness.
Now that strategy comes into play a little more for Crump. I think he might be a little bit better off, but we'll see how many cars were involved in this wreck and who all took the significant damage.
Yeah.
I was going to add on for that, though, with that strategy, it's good he's doing it now and not later in the race.
Absolutely. All right, well, you see Frankenfield, Chad making it Chad wide.
Oh.
Frank hit the wall. I think Paul went down to try to give him space, came down into Chad. Chad goes back up the racetrack. Looks like Hibbs and Campbell plow into him. And then there was a separate incident towards the end of the track with Fody
we'll
and
look
Ty
at it after
McIntosh.
pit stops.
Yes, sir. Everyone coming down, and we'll see what the strategy calls is for tonight. This time around.
That was
So far,
a
3
classic
drivers have stayed out.
Okay. Yeah.
Seeing it's like Jared Rexing playing some strategy here, and this time, of course, Scott Crump taking tires.
You see that strategy pay off for Chris Wright. He is now probably about 15th or so after mentioning his starting position early on.
Yeah, this works out fantastically for Chris Wright. Here we go. I believe this is the replay of what happened down into turn 3 after the initial. You see Frank Fody continuing to spin, and oh man, that if you're for the 41, you gotta be holding the brakes. That's just
All right,
puts
Chad,
the rest
I don't
of
think
the
Chad really did anything wrong there.
No,
he was 3 wide.
I don't.
It looks like he gave plenty of space.
Yeah, he was all right. It's just, yeah, I think Paul just gets spooked with Frank hitting the wall and just comes down trying to give him space. And yeah, Frank Fody not holding the brakes and nowhere for Ty McIntosh to go.
Like, I'm the #1 Chad hater in this league. But he didn't do anything wrong there.
And he,
man. Just a helpless feeling there, having that car come back across in front of you like that.
Aveline front row.
Yes, sir. Ryan Borges, Johnny Thomas, and Tyler Fody staying out? That's an interesting call.
No, Tyler Fody did go down Pear Road. It was 3 guys, but the 8 was ended up going around again.
You're right. I got thrown off by the. Oh my goodness! We're under caution again.
No, we're not. We're not.
No, we're still going green.
We're green.
Okay.
But there was a massive crash in the back. Yeah. I thought we were going to immediately go back under caution. We have multiple cars turned around. Oh, we got another impact. Rixing hitting the wall. What is happening right now? I think Mikolajczyk got sent around under caution as we were getting ready to go back green. Meanwhile, Ryan Borges continues to lead as Jetsi Racema getting caught up in the wall. Oh my goodness. I am just complete. This is mass chaos.
All right. Here,
in its entirety.
On the top, we're going to go to multicam. On the top of the screen is the replay of what happened to the 77.
All right, they're catching up and
Major.
Huge checkup.
Yeah.
No caution.
Mikolajczyk just not able to blow the car up enough in time and just plows into the back of Mark Rabilis. Looks like Isabella got some damage in that as well.
Oh
no, we got cars around Rexing Frankenfield.
I saw the 10 and 15.
Oh, there's goes Gore.
Oh, and more.
Oh boy.
You know, on the restart, I saw Frankenfield and the 10 make contact off of turn 2, and I don't know if that was a little bit of, not retaliation, but frustration maybe, but the 10 definitely gave a little bit of bumper.
And, yeah, wow, that wasn't much contact.
I wonder how much netcode played a factor in that. Like, they made contact for sure, but I don't feel like both cars should have spun out like that.
Yeah.
Well, actually, what I think happened, because with the way these cars are wedges, you see Rexing kind of gets wedged down underneath Chad's rear, and it just shoves the front of the 10 car down into the track and just sends the 10 around. You see that a lot. That's why you couldn't really bump draft in the old ARCA car with that wedge front nose, and that is significant front contact from the one that Scott Crump into the 10.
The 10 just snapped around once it made contact too. Very interesting.
Yeah, these cars, it's always been an issue back when they were the old ARCA in Gen 4. And Daniel Gore just gets hit from behind. Someone T-boned him. Couldn't quite make it out who. Oof. Yeah, Chris Wright.
Oh. Wait, that was Chris Wright?
Yep. You are correct.
We're starting to get good with these names pretty quick. Yeah.
Absolutely. Sound like you've been broadcasting this series from day one.
It's a great series to be a part of here.
Absolutely. As we get some discussions over race chat, over some of the tallies handed out so far, I imagine we're going to get some appeals on the way after 400 laps complete tonight.
Well, while that goes on, I feel like now's a good time to go ahead and thank one of our Premier Series sponsors, what we're going to want to go here. Blue Egg Marketing. Rev up your business with Blue Egg, your marketing pit crew. Turbocharge your lead generation with experienced drivers that can navigate the competitive track to connecting with your customers. With Blue Egg, you're always in the pole position, leading your brand towards victory lane. Don't spin your wheels, accelerate success with Blue Egg, fueling small businesses to win big. Guys, let's get another restart here going on.
Absolutely, and well done, Carlos. And
Excellent.
meanwhile, while you were doing that, unfortunately, Zach Evans has dropped his packets.
Oof.
Unfortunate for our broadcast partner, Zach Evans. But here we go.
No.
Tyler Fode leads us to the restart zone. Green means go. We're back underway at Richmond. Good jump for Tyler Fode so far as Lytle looking to the inside of Ethan Stanley. This is going to get airy. They got the lap car, Jesse Racimus, to work around. Lytle still hanging to the inside of Stanley. Is there going to be 3 wide off of turn 4? Borges, Stanley, Lytle. Lytle going to back out of it, or maybe not. No, he is.
Stanley needed to make that move.
Absolutely. This is going to help some of the congestion. Of course, Ryan Borges stayed out when everyone else up here brought it down pit road. Stanley now working on the lap car. Jesse Racimus. Tate Lytle gets by Borges. Right now, that 70 car is the best friend Tyler Fode could have. And Jared Rexing is also officially called it quits tonight. 10 car going back up in the hauler. And Paul Mikolajczyk also doing the same.
Yeah, it seems like we got about 10 cars out already and not even at lap 100 yet.
Yep, that's why they call it the action track, and Lord knows we've seen plenty of action already tonight. We got side by side Isabella and Gore, South Shore Racing teammates battling for position. I got the one of Scott Crump behind. Scott Crump trying to rebound from the getting collected in that incident with Frankenfield and Rexing. The sufferer of the I was picked by James Watson to win curse. There's William White side by side with the 42. And more side by side back in the pack. Thomas and Schmallenberg battling for position. All rolling that high side nice. Going up pretty high, almost running the line that Johnny Thomas was doing earlier in the race. Johnny Thomas, yeah, and Johnny having his tricks used against him. Schmallenberg clears, and now Thomas has to worry about the 03 of Phillips now.
I'm amazed. I just saw that, not the UPS car right here, the 88, but a little further back, I'm seeing that other UPS car, Chad Frankenfield, still in this race. Unbelievable. But I think he's had 2 or 3 incidents and still riding around out there. 1 lap down.
Yeah, of all the words to describe Chad Frankenfield, and words that many people in this league have used many times, one of them is perseverance. One of the few words said about Chad that I can actually say on air.
We have a question in the YouTube chat. Vic Bloom asking, has Chad been in every wreck so far? If so, how many wrecks can he be in before calling it a day? He has not been involved in every wreck, although I will say the majority he has been involved in. He did cause, for sure, that first one. That first one was all on him. After that, I don't know. I think he's just been unlucky. But with the tally system, once you get a second tally, if you don't appeal any of those 2, you are parked for the day. You do have the option to appeal a tally, in which case it is noted when you get that second tally, and if your appeal is unsuccessful, then you are essentially disqualified at the timing of that second tally position. Or I should say, you're no longer being scored at the timing of the second tally. At the timing of the second tally position. If you get a third tally, you're parked regardless. Or whether you're appealing 1 or 2, you're parked.
Yeah, I believe Chad has been involved in 3 cautions tonight.
I think we've had 4, and I think one of them he was absolutely not involved at all.
Yeah, I think either 4 or 5. Not sure about that. I have the memory of a goldfish. as Thomas continues to try to hold on to some track position. Here comes Connor Thompson trying to drive around the 4.
22 cars still on the lead lap, so a lot of cars that still at play here for the win tonight, and definitely top 10s, top 5s. Excited to see how it all plays out with still only 1/4 of the way of this race completed.
I know, it's wild as we see the battle for the lead heating up. The 91 has caught the 40.
And Lytle's really showing his pace now.
Absolutely, you see that 56 lurking behind the 91.
Told you. That's my race pick, the 56.
That's right.
Absolutely. Cody's still able to maintain a little bit of advantage over Ethan Stanley.
Tate
Good
Lytle,
corner exit from Bodie.
Tate Lytle, driver most likely in Elite to have a Billboard's Top 100 single.
That's right. Tate Lytle has a remarkable singing voice, actually. And oftentimes we've heard it under caution. But we haven't heard it tonight yet, which I'm mildly disappointed about.
Maybe we'll get it in post-race. We'll see.
Yeah. We interview him, he'll probably sing.
Once he gets in the zone, he starts singing. He's like that guy in that IndyCar movie that a lot of people did not like, but is oddly a guilty pleasure of mine.
You mean that people did not like the cinematic masterpiece that is Driven, the movie?
Driven with Sylvester Stallone. I really enjoyed that movie. I'm not like, yeah, it's not good. It doesn't look good. I can accept that, but I enjoyed that movie.
You mean it's not realistic to drive over dimes on the racetrack and perfectly pick them up? And that you can't... Yeah, or that
have a street race.
Yeah, with kart cars that totally... With show cars that totally have the engines in them, absolutely. Yeah, definitely possible, yep. Anyways, got Schmallenberg and Ryan Borges battling. Adams and Phillips battling. That got a little tight off of turn 4.
Tires starting to wear out again.
Yes, sir. Adams, I believe, probably on new tires. He probably was able to bring it down under that, not the previous caution, but the caution before that when everyone brought it down. So, still sitting at a net gain from his strategy early in the race. So far, good recovery for Jacob Adams.
Yeah, staying alive is also part of the, I think, key to the race tonight is just attrition and knowing if you make it to the end, you're probably going to end up with a pretty good finish.
Yeah, just keep it on the track. That's the important thing. And like you said, that's the biggest key to these full distance races. You don't know how it's going to unfold. There's so many laps. There's so much time. It's truly unpredictable. So if you can just keep on the racetrack, keep your car as safe as you can, you might end up with a way better finish than you would have expected at the drop of the green flag. I know this is a strategy you and I have employed quite often in the Elite IndyCar Series.
Definitely. Similar track just last week at Iowa, even.
Yeah, you fortunately got some damage, got involved in an incident that wasn't really your fault.
Yeah.
Went down with damage, but you still fought back for an absolutely solid result.
Again, it was just finishing, you know, that's how it is in a lot of these long races, and you gotta make the most of the day that you can.
So what do you think is more difficult to deal with? 400 laps at Richmond in an 03 Cup car, or 300 laps at Iowa in an Indy car?
It's a good question. You know, I think Richmond would be more fun, just with the flowing and, you know, you're driving the car quite a bit. Iowa happens so fast. Everything comes at you really quick and you're having to make adjustments with your steering wheel and kind of having to be ahead of the car, getting loose or tight, and traffic ahead of you. So, just having to make those adjustments on such a small track and being aware and conscious of that while driving is very difficult. While with the Cup car, you're kind of more focused on the car in front of you and just, maybe if you're adjusting your brake bias, that can help. But that's kind of what I see when running the two different series.
Absolutely. As we see battle for the lead heating up again, this time Tyler Fode and Tate Lytle. Lytle got by the 91 to Ethan Stanley, and he's heating up the rear of the 40. Oh, we got sideways in the back. Adams, I think a little bit of contact with Daniel Gores. Lytle side by side for the lead of the race. Tyler Fode trying to hold him off on the outside. Lytle still keeps it. Absolutely, Victor. That 56 car has some massive pace here, but Tyler Fode holding him off on the outside. Perfection. Absolute great defense from the race leader. But it's not over. It's only a matter of time before Tate Lytle sends it in for round 2.
I tell you, he looked extremely composed there in that shot in the bottom right. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I wouldn't be anywhere nearly as composed if I was in this position. And now Lytle looking to the outside. Nothing doing there.
I do enjoy how iRacing did give us the short track brake duct packaging for these cars.
Yeah.
I know, right? Isn't that cool? It just adds to the immersion perfectly. As Lytle looking around the outside. Oh, he almost had it. He almost had position, but Fode hangs on. And I don't know, Lytle got awfully close to the outside wall. You couldn't tell from that angle, but if he hit it or not, but he sure got close.
Yeah, this great battle here for the lead. And one other car I mentioned when we were making our picks earlier, right off the top of my head, was a Leighton Norgard. And look at that right in the back of the shot, that pink and blue car. Here he comes in 6th place.
Absolutely. We haven't really spoken about that 12 car all that often tonight, but all of a sudden he's sitting there up in P6 and within striking distance of P4 and P5.
No, what we should do?
The outside.
Now
I know exactly what you're saying.
Now that
let's do it, brother.
I don't know. I don't think you do. Now that we're 100 laps into this race, let's go through the field. Let's go through the.
You're right. I didn't know what.
Yeah.
You're right.
And then you know what? Maybe afterwards we'll do what you're thinking.
Absolutely. As we're going through the field with a battle for the lead. Tyler Fode, the pole sitter. He's been running well, but he's had to hold off a lot of charges from the cars around. But he's still doing a great job. Great example of defensive driving here. And you look back, 2nd place, Tate Lytle. Tate started a little lower in the top 10, but he's showing in qualifying maybe not mattering as much as he's running in a solid P2 and almost got himself the lead of this race a couple times. And Ethan Stanley outside front row, he's led a bit. He's still just lurking right behind this battle for the lead. He's just sitting there, just driving there menacingly, just conserving the tires. Justin Wadsworth has been running a commanding P4. He's been P4 pretty much the entire race, holding on beautifully, just keeping close to this lead trio.
Very under the radar.
What he has. Absolutely. William White having a good run so far. My broadcast partner for last night's Xfinity Series race. The pole sitter from Sunday. Unfortunately, it didn't quite go his way, but hoping for a little bit better of a race here. And I think I'll cut to you, Vic, for the back half of the top 10.
Yeah, and here we got Leighton Norgard, a fellow racer of mine in the Elite IndyCar Series. It's like he's up 4 spots from his starting position, so great to see that jump up through the field, and if he can maybe break into the top 5 here in a moment. We go a little further back, about 5 seconds, it seems, to Caleb Paschumer. He's up 2 spots as well, having a great run. He was running with Norgard earlier in the race and now battling side by side with the 2 car. If you remember, that 2 car was actually a lap down Tyler Popp and got his lap back through the lucky dog about, say, 100 laps ago, maybe 80 or 100 laps ago, and now basically breaking into 6th or so, and then now looking to get to the top 5. Go back to 9th, and we have Daniel Gore. He's also up 2 spots. So a lot of cars here in the top 10 have improved their starting position. See, he's running the last lap of 23.0, 1 second off his best lap, so those tires really struggling to hold on. We know pit stops will be coming up shortly. And rounding out the top 10, Chris Wright on that alternate strategy early on really paid off, up 15 spots. He's doing great holding on in front of Tyler Crump. Just doing a great job maintaining, and hopefully he can come away with the top 10 when it's all said and done.
He's second place driver, Ethan Stanley.
Yep.
Wow.
While we're going through the field, the 91, you see taking over P2, and a fantastic job going through the field, Victor. And you know what? Now I think it's time to do what I thought we were going to do earlier. You ready, Carlos?
You know what? Yeah, let's go ahead and bring in the noise.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
and turn it back down a little bit. So you see Ethan Stanley during that is just kind of
Crank
falling
it
off.
down there,
We
about
saw
to talk.
Yeah, as we saw him move up into P2 right before we cranked it up, and now he's P4. Wadsworth up into P3, and Tate Lytle back trying to get around the 40.
Yeah, cars having to adjust their lines throughout this run. Probably having to try different braking points and coasting through the corners and, just accelerating off a little different than they did at the beginning of this race.
Yeah, this is the longest green flag run we've had all night, so uncharted territory for the drivers right now. No idea on how your car is going to hold up and how those tires are going to hold up as we get even longer into this run.
Cody doing a great job holding off everyone that's came to his rear bumper so far here. So he can continue that until we get to these next stops.
Yeah, that number 40 Silver Bullet throwback is pretty wide. Lytle looking, but still staying at this consistent gap. As you see, starting to gain on Vincent Isabella, who's going to have to work on holding off the leaders to try to stay on the lead lap.
He seems to be really struggling with the pace right now. I'm not sure if he sustained more damage or the tires just wearing out, but he was a bit quicker earlier on.
Yeah, and I'm surprised about that. I figured, the Vincent's experience, it would have been a better run for him so far, but you see some significant damage on that right front corner, so
yeah,
that has to be hurting him a lot.
Does a good job getting to the high side for the leaders.
Yep, absolutely fair play from Vincent. Here comes that 6 car. He's getting ever closer. Winston spending pretty much most of the race there in P4. Now he's really starting to throw his hat to the ring for the battle of the lead, as this battle has been going on for ages. Jacob Adams, Chris Wright. Now they have the 41 of Frank Fody to deal with.
Yeah, it looks like Fody got that damage repaired on the hood. It was barely hanging on after that last yellow.
Yeah, that car looks to be completely repaired. Unfortunately, he is 16 laps down.
Oof.
So they definitely took their time on that one.
Looks great though.
Absolutely, they did a fantastic job rebuilding that 41 car. Now he's hoping that some of the chaos begins to happen again, so he can try to get some of those 16 laps back. I'm sure many others are hoping for the same thing. Especially, Vincent Isabella just going down lap, as Mark Rabilas kind of got caught up in the wall off of turn 2.
This is when you're sitting there as a car with damage, just like, okay, where did all the cautions go, guys? Like, come on, we were doing this earlier. I need to get some laps back.
And you're starting to feel bitter because you're like, oh, now they decided to stop wrecking.
Yeah, like it was personal or something.
Yeah, and now you're starting to reevaluate your life choices. Like, do I really want to be here right now? Was this a good idea at all? As Ryan Borges is bringing it down to pit road. He stayed out under that last pit sequence.
Here we go.
Can't go any longer, and now that is absolutely one person that does not want a caution to come out.
Norgard and White have been having a great battle there for 5th place. Just nose to tail. I think I saw him on the high side trying to cut back low, doing everything he can, but these cars are very similar in pace right now.
Absolutely. Still battling for that 5th position.
Almost sliding it into the turn 1 entry. It's a great shot there.
Yeah, you can just see the front of the 12 just kind of skid out a little bit as Ryan Borges off of pit road. And here comes Johnny Thomas bringing it down. As Chris Wright and Adams continue to battle. Chris running that extreme high line and playing fantastic defense on the 88. So now they're trying to go by the lap car, Mark Robilas. Frank Fody looking to the inside of Adams.
Seems like business is picking up a little bit here. Do you feel that same energy right now?
I do. That's the last thing you want to see if you're the 4 or the 42 is Dave Huck gets up into the wall a little bit. Or broadcast partner with a few of the other series here in Elite. Dave having a pretty good run here. Dave has had some mammoth bad luck in the last few races he's competed in. But so far, he's having a good run. I believe he is sitting at 2 laps down now. But he's still having a great run out there.
Yeah, what a great paint job, too, that Terry Labonte throwback.
They're great! Oh, and speaking of great, Norgard feeding a little bit of that right rear to White. He tried going the outside a few laps ago. Now he's trying the inside. As, oh, here we go. Ethan
First
Stanley
leader.
on the pit road. Yep. Now this is going to send shockwaves through the field.
Stanley was about 2 seconds off the lead when he came in, so it doesn't surprise me he was the first to come down. He was struggling there at the end of the run.
Absolutely. This is going to open the eyes of every other crew chief on pit road right now. As you watch Pocock and Crump start to battle it out.
Oh, almost contact.
I know, that got super close. Nothing doing between those two.
You can see how much of a difference the tires make there. The 42 just pulling away from the leaders right now.
Absolutely. It's like he's got a whole other gear. Dave Huckleberry brings it down.
Wadsworth, I think, just thinking, I am in the perfect spot right now. Very happy. Let's get through these pit stops, and then I think, see what he can do from there and try to capitalize on the end of this race with the top 3 really pulling away.
Absolutely is. We saw Tate Lytle looking to the inside of the 40. You see a few more cars on pit road. Looks like Connor Thompson bringing it down. Tate just peeking that nose out, trying to get a little bit of air on the nose. Oh, there he goes. He's looking around the outside of Fody. Oh, he's got a good run. Oh, and he just can't hang. Oh,
Takes a deep breath there.
Yeah.
You can see that,
Yeah.
He had the position, but oh, big sideways for Huckleberry.
No.
Oh, and he goes up. Oh my goodness. He almost got Tate Lytle.
That was another
and there
deep
it
breath.
is. Chaos. We got caution.
If we can get just like the last lap replay of his camera. Oh my gosh. He went through it all.
Oh my goodness.
Wadsworth, I think, got really lucky too, right behind.
See Huck just getting loose on the fresh tires. Overcorrects back up, mother of mercy. Oh, Justin Wadsworth losing a couple years off of the lifespan.
Now Stanley already pit. Is he a few laps down, I guess?
Let's see. He is currently 1 lap down.
Okay.
Ryan Borges. Oh, Johnny Thomas, 2 laps down. Same for Connor Nope, actually, it's showing Johnny Thomas 1 lap down right now. But
Bad
there
timing.
are absolutely, especially since there are no wave arounds if those stay out with single file restarts, lap cars to the inside. So this is a massive bad break. What in the world? Who?
Something
What?
happened with the disconnector. Something there. Oh,
What
here comes the
happened
car.
to
Oh,
Caleb
Danny,
Christopher? Oh no! Oh my goodness!
I think that was
What
Gore almost
was
got him.
Yeah, Daniel Gore just barely able to avoid it. What happened? I am that is doing me confused there, guys.
I'm getting a message that Caleb Kummer has left the like he disconnected. What I'm thinking maybe had happened is that he got disconnected. It told him he got disconnected and he couldn't see anybody else, and he just decided to just send it to the outside wall. But it was one of those rare cases where he was still very much active, and that has happened.
Wow.
I've witnessed that a total of 2 times in my broadcasting career. This is the first time it has actually not affected somebody else.
Yeah.
Almost
away
got
from
Danny
him.
G.
Yeah, and now his connection is starting to come back. It was full red, but now it's orange and getting better. So
Did he make a stop and then that happened, or was he just going through the boxes and then hit that wall?
yeah, I'm not sure. Are we able to get a quick replay of that? Or is we're
Working
down
on
with
it.
the green?
Okay.
Good, hold up.
Had the stop. Oh, no, okay. Wow.
Yeah, definitely one of the stranger incidents we'll come across. But the pace car making that hard left-hand turn on a pit road. Ryan Borges will lead us to the restart zone, and green means going. We're back underway at Richmond. Ryan Borges trying to run away from Tyler Fody and hang on. I think he's back on the lead lap right now, but at the literal tail end. So he's driving for his life. Oh, we got a car around Andrew Hardcastle. And that is
Nice
music to the ears of Ryan Borges.
Yeah. What a save by the 38, and really a great break for a lot of these guys.
And Johnny Thomas might have got Tyler Fody as well to get his lap back.
Indeed.
Let's see. It's showing him. Yeah, he's still 1 lap down. That.
There he goes.
Yeah, so that might have got him back 1 lap. So only 1 lap down, perhaps. And oh. Self-spin on front tires.
Might be the caution. Caution may be out. This could be how close it is.
Oh, wow. Yep.
Hold on,
Wow.
it's still green. I am going to. Oh.
And it got even closer?
Right there.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Wow. That was close.
Great for the 4 car. I love seeing stuff like that.
Why don't
Absolutely.
Why don't we go ahead and bring up Johnny Thomas? Is he here? He's not here. Oh man. Could have been a great interview.
We can maybe interview Ryan Borges, who also, as we noted, caught a massive break.
Let's do it. Let me go ahead and sign him on up. I'm up on into the waiting room. And here we go, guys. He's there.
Ryan Borges, James in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, that was a massive break you caught there with the caution coming out.
Yeah, that was fortunate. well, this past one was fortunate. The one before that was unfortunate. I mean, early on we had a decent amount of cautions. So looking at the tire amount we had, I think it was 8 sets. I was thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, we pitted on 35 or so, and then everyone was coming back down around 70. I'm like, we're not going to make it to the end on tires. So I'm like, oh, might as well stay out and pitted like 30 laps. And of course, we get a 100-lap green flag run. I run it out of fuel, have to pit, and then as I'm trying to unlap myself, the caution comes out. So that stunk, but got back on the lead lap now and got a long way to go. So still back in this.
Yes, sir. But that's the important thing is you are back in this, and we'll let you go. Good luck the rest of the night. Hopefully we're talking to you again.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right. We are, as I said, 1 to green here. And the pace car making that hard left-hand turn on the pit road. Tyler Fody will lead us back to the restart zone, and green means go. We're back underway at Richmond. Good jump for Tyler Fody here. Gonna have clean track now. Focus forward. And focus rearward too, as he's still got to worry about that 56 and the 6 of Justin Wadsworth. Side by side towards the middle of the field. A lot of side by side. In fact, and we're 3 wide as well. Oh, Dave Huckleberry backing out of it. Got lead lap cars trying to make it through the lap traffic here.
Riding a NASCAR through a needle is not easy.
Absolutely. These fenders don't give you a whole lot of wiggle room. Oh, we got far around. Andrew Hardcastle again. Chaos, and we are back under yellow.
Almost a mirror of the turn 2, but now on turn 4.
Yeah, and...
You got any help, though?
Yeah, you hope
That
he
last
did, because
lap.
if he didn't...
That last lap was Tyler Fody's fastest lap of the race. Actually, the fastest lap of the race overall.
Still a lot of pace in that 40 car yet. Let's see here, and
Yep.
he might have got some help there.
I think I saw the rear jump up a little.
Yeah, that one car was super close. Yep. I tell you, that is actually good news for Andrew Hardcastle, because if that was all by himself, that would have been his race-ending second tally. But I think at worst, it might be called racing incident, probably be on the 1. But the important thing for Hardcastle is it's not on him, and he'll be able to continue.
Yeah, very important.
See a few cars bringing it down. Frankenfield, Crump, and Hardcastle.
We haven't talked about Frankenfield in a little bit, huh?
Yeah, he's been able to stay out of the chaos and just kind of focus on driving.
He's surviving. I tell you, that's gonna get you points at the end of the day.
Alright, well, we'll go ahead and play our second commercial from one of our Premier Series sponsors, and we'll be right back with the next restart of the race.
Alrighty.
Since 2010, race fans have had one burning question. When will the Xfinity Series return to Worldwide Technology Raceway? You asked, NASCAR delivered. On Saturday, September 6, 2025, the magic is back. The track that launched the legendary careers of Harvick, Busch, Keselowski, Edwards, and Earnhardt Jr. is now ready to write that next chapter. We're going to introduce you to a new crop of future champions and Hall of Famers. And in the process, we'll create more of the greatest moments in racing history. NASCAR Weekend 2025, the NASCAR Cup Series Championship Playoffs, the Confluence Music Festival, and now 250 miles of the NASCAR Xfinity Series. 2 incredible races, 1 challenging track, a 3-day party of epic proportions. Go to www.raceway.com and lock in your weekend racing and camping packages for as little as $20 down.
Alrighty, and we are back, and we are 1 to green. And we're gonna have a all Fody front row here. Is Frank Fody gonna try to get one of his laps back, battling with his son there?
Oh, father, son. That's good.
So we see the pace car getting ready to make that hard left-hand turn on the pit road. Tyler Fody will lead us to the restart zone. Green means go. We're back underway at Richmond. Good jump from Fody.
That jump from Fody.
Watts. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Frank's starting to get absolutely swallowed up here. See White trying to go around the outside of the 41. Trying to get clear so we can focus on gaining a few more positions. There's Frankenfield to the inside of Norgard. Chad is right now 1 lap down, and in fact the first car 1 lap down. So he's hoping for 1 more yellow here to get back in this thing. He's got to be careful
of these lap cars is so key.
Oh, Jesse Racimus up into the outside wall. He's gonna go high. We're momentarily 3 wide. Norgard and Gore clears, and here comes Daniel Gore flirting with the top 5. Up and down day for the 69, but he's right up into this fight. And he's gonna clear Norgard.
Wheeling it right now.
Absolutely fantastic drive for the 69. Move him up into the top 5. Norgard having to hold off the 2 of Tyler Pop. Another massive comeback. Saw him involved in a wreck early on. He was a lap down. And now here he is trying to get past Norgard up for P6. As Norgard actually coming back on the 69. Here comes Norgard around the outside. Gore getting slowed up just a bit with the lap traffic ahead of him. Just got to worry about Frankenfield, Fody, as here comes Norgard trying to power around the outside.
Sending it deep there into turn 1.
Don't look now. Ethan Stanley is back on the lead lap, and he's right behind this battle.
Menacingly.
Yeah. Can never count out that 91 car. Just when you think he's gone, he brings it right back in. We see everything still status quo up the front. Pretty similar gaps between all of our top 4. A lot of the excitement right now is right here in the midfield.
Norgard really struggling on that restart. Was in 5th place, and now looks like he's back to about 7th.
Oh, got a car almost going around Frank
Fody.
Fody. He's able to save it. Fantastic save. I'm not sure if it was himself or if the 69 got into him. But man, great job by Frank Fody not getting any more damage to that newly repaired 41.
Full drift there through 3 and 4. It must have been unbelievable.
No kidding, and absolutely terrifying for everyone behind. But he gathers it back up, and we stay green here. See just a little bit ahead, Stanley and Tyler Pop side by side. And Stanley gonna go on, Victor.
Oh no, that was honestly a big break for Stanley, kind of clearing some traffic for him to allow him to get back to this front of the path.
Absolutely, the less cars he has to worry about, the better. And as you can see, that 91 still has plenty of speed. At 15 still has some speed, and he wants to show it here. He's right behind the top 5, or top 4 rather.
He's going to do it the old school way.
Yeah, no kidding. And in all that chaos of the 41, Norgard was able to get back ahead of the 69, but Daniel Gore looking to the inside once again. Norgard will pull him, and they are single file once again.
Yeah, they are really bunching up here at the front. It reminds me of something like where Bodie's like fuel saving at Indianapolis.
I know, right? And especially more impressive since Dirty Air is, at least in theory, not as bad as a modern cup car.
Oh,
you never can tell with the sim.
Yeah. I think Norgard might have got a bit of the wall there into turn 1.
Yeah, I think you're right on that. As now William White under fire, and we're almost 3 wide. Daniel Gore trying to fight for P4. Saw White lost position to Frankenfield. That slowed him up, almost cost him P4, but he's able to pull back ahead of Daniel Gore.
All of these cars, just incredible. Any one of them can win this race.
Absolutely. As here comes Stanley, trying to get by Leighton Norgard. Norgard has just had his hands full these last couple laps, trying to hold on to position, gain position. All he knows is he's been having to throw punch and counter punch the last, 10 laps or so.
Now, this second stanza of the race has been a lot cleaner than that first one, that's for certain.
Yeah, definitely a lot of casualties there in those first 50 laps or so.
Good to see it coming up on halfway now.
Yes, we are. As now Tyler Pop trying to take his turn battling the 12 of Leighton Norgard.
These guys are driving so hard, and just it's so competitive how similar in speed they all are. It's just so fun to watch.
Absolutely, and that makes it even more stressful. How evenly matched all these cars are. You make one mistake and suddenly you might be losing 3-4 positions before you know it.
Yeah, don't want to overheat those tires on an entry or, lose a few spots by doing that.
In the YouTube chat, Caleb Humer saying insane connection problems, and then my wheel and pedals completely disconnected. Never happened before.
Oh.
Sorry, boys. Well, Caleb, unfortunately, your car did get damaged in that, but nobody else got involved.
Yeah, unfortunate for you, Caleb. You were having a great run out there, too.
Yeah.
Disappointing for the
double.
59. Someone got the wall again. A lot of people just getting too close to that curved front straightaway. These things have started to really kind of settle down here, although it really doesn't seem like it.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like they're waiting or being patient at all. Like, everyone's driving really hard. It's just there's not the.
Oh, we got a car going around. Oh, what a save! Oh no, he's still. Oh man!
Wow.
Cale Pocock having to make a number of saves right there.
Did a wheel come off? That was unbelievable.
I don't know, but that was wild. Caleb dirt tracking that thing.
Yeah, you can see how hard they are driving right now. They are not taking it easy and running in line. They are driving real hard all the way through the field.
Absolutely.
Particularly that number 15. I think he's driving hardest maybe of everyone in this top 10.
Yeah, honestly, if I was this league group, I'd just let that 15 car go. Chad and Wadsworth still side by side off of turn 4.
You have to be very smart about, if you do let Chad by in this instance, if you're Wadsworth, to not let anyone else come by with him. So covering that gap behind and slotting back in and not losing any more positions.
Yeah, and I think that might be why he fought so hard and able to hold on to the track position over Frankenfield.
It was a great job there.
Because, yeah, there's not any real gap from the 15 to the 43, so if Frankenfield got clear Wadsworth, just might have run the risk of getting Freight Train there. We see Tate Lytle just maybe a couple feet off of the rear of Tyler Fode like he's been for pretty much the entire race.
He's memorized that rear bumper by now.
Yeah.
If anyone in this front pack is being patient, I would say it's probably Lytle. Just kind of biding his time. He's in a great spot. You saw, he has speed and tried to make that pass on the outside earlier. I think he can make that pass. It's just a matter of timing it correctly, but in a matter of when he wants to.
Yeah, I really don't think we're going to see Lytle come anywhere close to kind of showing his cards here for at least another 160 laps or so.
Yeah. Yeah, he looks super comfortable back here.
And this is still the closest battle on the racetrack.
And not many cars that are a lap down or more still in this race. So you have a few that are one lap down and a couple others still in the race, multiple laps down. But once you're kind of in a wreck, it's day done for a lot of these guys.
Absolutely. As here we go.
There he goes.
Lytle looking to the outside. Oh, he's going to try to pull the crossover. A great run off of the corner. Here comes Lytle looking to the inside of Fode. Oh, and Tyler shuts the door. Oh, but he's going to slide up a little bit. That's going to give some space to Lytle.
Do you think he heard us?
I think he did. Oh, but Fode's still going to hold on. It's a fantastic try from Tate Lytle.
Even gapping third place while all this is going on.
Right, and isn't that just insane? Here we go. Lytle trying again. Nope, Tuck's back in line. Just wanted to tease us that time.
Yeah, he is filling up Fode's mirrors. Whew. Wonder if Fode is checking much or just straight ahead at this point.
Oh, you're always checking the mirror when you got Tate Lytle behind you.
Yeah, only 3 seconds separating the top 9 cars right now. That's incredible.
Yeah, and we're only just now starting to get a little bit of separation. We were basically nose to tail for, gosh, I don't know, 25, 30 laps.
Keep seeing Gore back there making a little bit of a move on White for fourth.
Yeah, William doing a good job just holding him back.
Gotta look at our calendar on the left, upcoming races.
Yeah, old Charlotte, old-ish Charlotte, of course, since they took actual old Charlotte away from us. So I believe that would be the 2018 Old Worlds, the new modernized that they added.
Well, running on these older tracks with these cars too, it just really even adds more to that experience.
Absolutely.
And look at Wadsworth now closing up that gap right on cue, leaving a bit of a gap now to Frankenfield.
Yeah, he's all of a sudden left Chad in the dust, and now he's kind of showing his cards a little bit, trying to see if he can get past the 56.
See Stanley there at the top of the screen, still very much in contention, and interested to see if he makes up any spots here on this next pit cycle. Once he gets into the top 5, I think he'll be very dangerous.
Absolutely. So one thing to keep in mind is, before he made his green flag stop, he did kind of fall off of the lead trio about a couple seconds. Oh,
Yeah,
here we go. Battle for P2. Here comes Wadsworth to the inside of Tate Lytle. Tate, after all that time trying to get by the 40, now he's the one on defense, and he's going to shut the door on Justin Wadsworth. Oh, meanwhile, Vincent Isabella has dropped his packets, and Dave Huckleberry also retired from the race, so down 2 more cars. We now have about, I think, 22 cars left on the track in total. So they are dropping like flies.
Oh, I think contact on the front stretch. I'm not sure who I saw there coming down towards the apron.
Yeah,
No caution.
Yep, we stay green. Wadsworth looking to the outside of 56. Tate running a little bit of a defensive line here, turning it just a little bit early. Right,
One
to keep
second
that.
you're on offense, next you're on defense.
Absolutely. What can you do? That's just short track racing right there.
The intimidator
Yes.
button.
Yes, sir. I don't know. Are you sure they're not share drafting?
They might be share
Let's see.
drafting, they might not be, but you know what we should be doing is bringing the noise. How would you guys feel about a second round of just some pure engines going through the track?
Yeah, crate gear up to 12. Let's go.
guys are hot.
And there you see Ethan Stanley bringing it down pit road. That's, I think, earlier than I was really anticipating there, Victor.
Yeah, me too. But maybe he was considering, like we were talking about a bit before, just he's anticipating the tire fall off and wants to get ahead of it before it gets to be too much, and maybe make up a few spots while he gets the fresh tires too before everyone else pits. And hopefully he can avoid a yellow flag like he got last time though and wound up a lap down.
Yeah, he's but you know, at the rate we've been going, he might not have to worry about that second caution hitting his race.
Yeah, look at that now, clean air, and he'll be able to lay down some great lap times. So by the time guys like White and Gore pit, you know, they may be a good second or two back of Stanley, albeit with fresher tires, but by that point track position could become a factor.
Absolutely, so we'll see what those fresh tires do for him.
Came back a little prematurely, but you know what else we can do is now that we've got another 100 laps, is how about another through the field?
Yes, sir. So we start off with our race leader. He's been out in front for, pretty much the entirety of this race. But it's not because he hasn't been challenged. He's been having to withstand some incredible fight from Lytle, Ethan Stanley, everyone trying to get past that 40 car, but no one's been able to really do it for that long. We move back to his longest challenger, Tate Lytle, who has seen way too much of the rear end of Tyler Fode, more than anyone wants to see, really. He's continuing to battle, but just can't quite get the move done. You see, that 6 car, Justin Wadsworth, has been lurking in the background for pretty much the entirety of this race. You know, every time we've shown the leaders, that 6 car has been clearly within sight the whole time, as they're starting to get past lap car Mark Morales, who gets the wall a little bit. So we see Daniel Gore, we saw him get involved in one of the incidents. He's had to make his way back up, but he is running a astounding P4, the best run of the season for Daniel Gore. So hopefully he can try to get a little closer to this lead trio. And there's your 5th place runner of William White. William's been having a good, consistent day, been top 5 pretty much the entirety of the 235 laps that we have run, and just continues to hold serve and seeing what he can do. And go to the back half of the top 10, was that?
And I see here we got Scott Crump in 6th place, that beautiful silver metallic car that we were talking about earlier, just really reflecting now off those Richmond lights here at night. He's made his way back up, despite being now 3 spots down from his starting position. He was much further back earlier in the race, so looking to break back into the top 5 and maybe even contend for the lead by the time it's all said and done. Back in 7th, we have Tyler Popp, and he is also a car that has been on somewhat of a redemption tour. He was a lap down very early on and got his lap back, and ever since been really battling right around that 6th to 12th spot and trying to break into the top 5 as well. Go a little further back, about 2 seconds, you got a Leighton Norgard. Going a little bit more off pace this run. I'm not sure what's going on with the car, if he's experiencing any trouble with the tires, but not really able to keep up with the lead pack as he has before earlier in this race. Still up 2 spots though overall, and has plenty of time to still make a charge for the top 5 and maybe even a win. 9th place, we spoke to him earlier, Ryan Borges. He's also making a comeback. Things have just kind of fallen into place for him like it's meant to be, and see if he can get around Norgard here in the next few laps and track down that front pack. finally rounding out the top 10, Cale Pocock, fellow Elite IndyCar Series driver.
Oh,
and,
chaos! We got a caution! Crump and White got together!
Top 5.
Wow.
Don't see much damage.
Little bit
Man,
of rear end damage.
they couldn't even let you get through the field. You're with them.
We were going to go through the top 15.
Oh, Crump gets lit. Crump gave a bump to White.
Yeah, back
and then got the dump from Pop.
Would this be a second tally, or am I confusing the one with someone else?
You know, I think that is.
Yeah, it's gonna...
Depending if they called one earlier, too, or not.
Yeah, we'll see what race control says. We know he got the tally from the incident with the 38 off of turn 4.
Okay, yeah, I would definitely imagine that would be another one.
Numerous times for my race pick there, and oh man, and Ethan Stanley was
one lap
down
right.
again.
It happened again. Oh, no.
Oh my goodness.
The danger zone.
And that's the
Well,
commentator's
actually,
curse.
hold on. Did
beat
he?
him off pit lane.
Because he did go down pit lane with the leaders.
You're right.
Oh.
Scott Crump stayed out initially, but he has gone down pit road this time by.
Yep. He has been given his second tally, and well,
That's the appeals.
The first
Should be
tally.
He appealed it?
Yeah, he's appealing the first tally actually. So we'll see about that, as Paul Schmallenberg is actually retired.
Huh.
I could understand the first tally. I appealing that because it was a bit of maybe more of a racing incident than that previous one here.
And remember, for those that are not in the loop, once you get 2 tallies, you are parked for the night. You do, as a driver, have an option to appeal the tallies, one or both of them. And once you do, your second tally gets noted, what lap it is, and then pending on the results, if any of those tallies do not get appeal, or I should say changed, if they're upheld, then you will essentially stop being scored on the lap that you get that second tally.
Yeah, definitely motivates people to drive a lot cleaner, that's for sure.
Absolutely. As let's see, Ethan Stanley is going to restart ahead of Tyler Fode, and he's going to be in the same boat Ryan Borges was in earlier, trying to outrun the 40 and get his lap back.
I think he's got the pace to do it, so.
Absolutely. Pace car makes the hard left-hand turn on the pit road. Ethan Stanley will lead us to the restart zone. Green means go. We're back underway at Richmond. Let's see, how racy does Tyler Fode want to be? Because Lord knows you don't want to let Ethan Stanley, of all people, get back on the lead lap. Oh, we're going to be 3 wide here. Pop, Fode, and Mark Robiles.
Oh, on the apron.
Whoa, and we get through it. Tyler Pop now trying to hold on and get past the lap car, Frank Fode.
Oh, these sparks and smoke really add to the restarts. I love it.
I know. Adds to the anxiety levels as well.
Yeah.
And it's late.
Oh, 41
we got a car going around!
Caution.
Saved it again.
Yep,
Oh.
chaos. We are back under caution, and that's the break that Ethan Stanley needed. He is gonna be officially back on the lead lap.
Big moment there.
Much to the chagrin of everyone else in this field.
Oh,
And, oh my goodness!
What?
It wasn't
This
even
is
what we were
a
looking at.
separate incident. Scott Crump got loose, overcorrects, and just caves in the front of that one car.
That looked
I
like
don't
a
think-
disconnect.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to have to worry about whether or not the tallies are appealed to continue this race. I think he is done for the night.
No, yeah, definitely just got loose there and slammed that wall. Ooh.
Oh, the Watson pick curse claims another.
All right. Well, since we just had a quick caution come out, I'm gonna go ahead and give ourselves our final mandatory a little ad break, and then we're gonna go a little bit of radio silence until the next restart. So, thank you to our premier sponsor, Blue Egg Marketing. All right. Remember to rev up your business with Blue Egg, your marketing pit crew. Turbocharge your lead generation with experienced drivers that can navigate the competitive track to connecting with your customers. With Blue Egg, you're always in the pole position, leading your brand towards victory lane. Don't spin your wheels, accelerate success with Blue Egg, fueling small businesses to win big. So thank you to Blue Egg, thank you to Worldwide Technology for being our premier series sponsors. And we'll be right back here with a restart with just under 150 laps remaining in this race. We're hot.
And we are back. Sorry, a bit of technical difficulties there. We are back under green. Tyler Fode continues to lead, and he continues to hold off Tate Lytle. Frank Fode able to clear the lap car, or Justin Wadsworth able to clear the lap car of Frank Fode, holding on to P3 as usual. Things still status quo as it has been, as we are 3 wide into 3. Borges and Norgard around Rabilas.
Cleanly.
Whoa! Mark Rabilas having to save it on the front stretch. That 99 got super sideways. As we see Wadsworth trying to heat up the rear Tate Lytle.
I think this is the first, or maybe the largest gap we've seen all night from first to second place.
No kidding. That was a fantastic restart from Tyler Fode. Wadsworth having to maybe play a little bit of defense for that 41 car right behind him.
At 41, he's playing the wild card here, almost a bit of a pseudo teammate, I imagine.
Listen, nature calls sometimes.
But hey, we're back now. We're talking now, and that's all that matters. Here comes Wadsworth looking to the outside at Tate Lytle. And cannot get position on Lytle.
There we go.
He's making some good momentum there, but it's just not enough. And here comes Daniel Gore looking to the inside of Frank Fode. Trying to officially throw his hat into the ring of this battle for the win. Oh, Frank got a little sideways off of 2. And continue to be side by side as Tate Lytle went a little high. But that's not going to give Lytle Wadsworth an opportunity to get to the inside. Frank Fody got the wall a little bit off before, but doesn't help Gore complete that pass.
Just gonna say that momentum Wadsworth had off too. Unbelievable.
I know, but he still can't get position on Lytle to make that move.
Might want to try to make it early while these tires are still fresh. See if he can get it done here soon.
Yeah, got a lot of cars trying to make hay while the sun shines, even though it's nighttime.
No moon either.
Which is weird because the way this race has been going, you swear it was a full moon.
Yeah. Bit of a gap. It's like Wadsworth hopefully just trying to cool down his tires and get another run here off of 4.
Yeah, meanwhile, Gore was finally able to clear the 41. So now it's a 4-horse race for the win.
I really like the line that the 6 car is running a little higher on entry, giving you that exit later apex.
Oh, he's looking to the outside again. Oh, he might have him. He might have position. Nope. Lytle's still able to hold him back. And everyone's rear cam has a face full of someone. But Tyler Fody, he doesn't have to worry about that. He continues to lead, but here comes Lytle.
I'm looking at the standings at the top. I can't believe Frankenfield's in the top 10. Unbelievable.
Yeah, he was able to get his lap back off of one of those recent cautions. So now he's back in the fray and in the top 10. As Tate Lytle, yep, he just can't quite stay alongside of the 40. Tyler just has so much momentum off of the high side.
How are you going to get it done? I think you just got to try to get to the high side like the 6 car's been trying, but how do you do it? It's not easy. That's exactly right.
I think that 40 car might be immune to the intimidate button, at least from what I've seen. In fact, everyone in this top 4 is probably immune to that intimidate button. Because I don't think they've been share drafting at all these last 50 or so odd laps.
Slide drafting.
Lord knows they're doing plenty of sliding. As something I find kind of interesting, Ethan Stanley is still hanging around in 14th.
Hasn't really ended up.
No, and he's still like almost 5 seconds off of the race lead.
What are we looking at for track temps right now? Do we have that?
Track temp is sitting at
I think I broke
82.
Okay.
Let me see if it works. Yeah, I broke the graphic of track temps. I don't know how. I don't know what I did, but it's broken.
Alright, well, track temp is at a nice and cool 82 degrees. So, plenty of grip right now. I think Cale Pocock might have just grazed the wall off the 2 a little bit.
Poking the wall.
Or
Here's
would you say
something-
he poke-cocked the wall. Thank you, be here all week. Not surprised I got that good of scores. As Stanley trying to make it to the inside of JP Phillips, trying to gain some ground. Side by side into turn 1, and Stanley Almost gonna clear. Nope, they're still side by side. And we also have side by side with Johnny Thomas and Jacob Adams.
Something we haven't, at least I don't think was mentioned, is that in the chaos of cautions coming out, a certain chaotic driver is back on the lead lap.
Unbelievable.
Yep, after everything he's been through, he is on the lead lap and still has an opportunity to gain even more.
He has the leaders in sight, which is amazing. With, I think, was it Prix he was involved in? Yeah.
Yeah, the first one on his list, the 12 of the Leighton Norgard. Norgard slips a bit, goes up a lane that's going to give Chad an opportunity to gain some ground. I don't think it was a slip, actually. I think that might be the line that Norgard is running on.
Yeah.
Upon further inspection. And still, nothing has changed up here. It is still the exact same teeny tiny gaps between our top four, now top five. Top six, we got basically everyone nose to tail. Like, I can almost do a mini through the field section as it is, because that's how close everyone is.
The cream really rising to the top here, and seeing guys that have stayed at the front all day, and then some that have even fallen back and made their way back to the front here now, kind of latching onto the tail end of the lead pack. It's really exciting to see as closing on the final 100 laps of this race.
Meanwhile, here comes Stanley battling with Chris Wright. They got past JP Phillips, and Cale Pocock also got by JP Phillips. And it looks like Stanley might be able to pull the move. Nope. Wright hangs on the quarter panel. Ryan Borges, the closest he's been to the back of Tyler Popp all night.
Yeah, he's looking real quick right now. He got around Norgard pretty easily, and, you know, once he got back on the lead lap, he's done nothing but go forward.
Let's see, can he get a run on the 2 car?
Same could also be said for that car right in front of him, though, with the 2 cars. So.
Yeah, basically, if your name isn't Tyler Fody, Tate Lytle, or Justin Wadsworth, you've had some major adversity in your night.
Yeah.
Yeah, every person on this track outside the top 3 has had to fight back from some sort of contact or bad break so far. We said it, perseverance, that's the name of the game. Just keep your car on track and you'll never know what happened. Like, I'm certain that Chad didn't think he'd be battling for P8 right now with everything he dealt with from lap 2.
Some people just called it a night.
Yeah.
I'm just, you know, it feels like these guys are waiting to an extent, you know, but I'm just wondering what's going to happen when they really let the gloves off in, like, say, the last 40 laps or so.
Yeah, we've still got quite a bit of time left in this race. We are barely, I guess, 2/3 of the way through, getting close to the 3/4 distance.
Yeah, we're
plenty of time left.
We're almost there. So I used to do for a couple years on Saturdays during the Cup Series schedule. I would do the 100% Cup Series league, which would do 100% full-length distance Cup races. On Saturday nights, so that was my Saturday nights for about 2.5 years. With full-length races, that the first 100 miles are easy. and then it's kind of like the last like 20 or so laps before you get to like the halfway point where you realize, wow, this race is going on for a long time, and oh wow, we're not even at the halfway mark. That's that, and like the next 100 miles afterwards is like the grueling part. That's the part that kind of just gets real tough on you mentally, and I'm talking about specifically just production-wise, commentating-wise, in the booth-wise. It's something similar for the drivers as well, but I'm only speaking about what it's like up here in the booth. However, once we get past that 3/4 mark, the last 100 miles, unless it's a wreck fest, the last 100 miles is usually the second easiest section of the race.
Very exciting usually.
Meanwhile, Jesse Racimus has unfortunately called it quits tonight.
I do feel there is a comparison between the broadcast and driver aspect, though, like you're referring to with that mental exhaustion. Like, it really sets in once you hit that halfway point and you're like, wow, only halfway. And then kind of from there, you just try to hang on mentally.
Absolutely, and it's especially hard having to feign like you know what you're talking about, like I do for broadcast in, broadcast out. Because once again, Tate Lytle tries to get by the 40, and Tyler holds him off.
Cody's giving him that inside line. He knows he's confident up there in that middle to high groove, though.
Yeah, he's like, haha, you can't catch me.
At what point does Tate or maybe even Justin have to decide, hey, maybe I might need to be a little physical? There's these cars are difficult to give a bump and run. We've seen guys just accidentally tap the back bumper and it'll send that guy in front of them, and even the guy making the contact around. So what's if you're Tate Lytle, do you consider that as an option? I'm not talking about dumping a guy, but like trying to do a smooth bump and run, knowing just how difficult it may be.
Well, I think we are probably going to have to wait another 100 laps before we really see the elbows and the chrome horn come out. I think Tate's just going to try to wait as long as he realistically can to try to get by him clean. But if you're Tyler Fody, you have to know that the bumper is probably coming at some point because, you know, that's just short track racing.
Yeah, you get to a point where you just don't lift also. So if you have that run, say, on the outside here of turn 4 and you get squeezed up high, you know, they could be beaten in the same place there and arguing over one spot where only one car can fit.
Absolutely.
A little less give.
I think Tyler Pop got a little wiggly off a turn 2.
I don't see that same momentum building off turn 2 on the outside, but unless someone gets out there, I don't know how you can get by on the inside really at this point.
No, unless you want to get those elbows out, just kind of move them up just a little bit. But like I said, and like we kind of discussed, I don't think that's going to be coming for a while, but it's on its way.
It's on the table.
But then again, you do have to stop and wonder, is everyone close to Fody because he's just hanging on, or if he's just keeping them that close because he's just saving? And when it's time for the gloves to come off, that's when Fody's just going to put pedal to the metal and pull away.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm not sure if it's going to be Fody that pulls away, or if we get kind of a surprise here out of the maybe 3rd, 4th, 5th, or even further back where someone just turns it on. But I think we will see a drastic change in speed and aggression, and it'll happen very suddenly all at once.
Here we go. Tate Lytle, round number 1500 at this point, trying to make the
He's
pass to the
going
lead.
up.
Oh, he's going to slide up a little bit.
I don't know what we're talking about.
Yep. The aggression might be starting to ramp up here officially. Lytle still trying to hang to the inside of Fody. And oh, he's still got a little bit of position, but once again, Fody reigns supreme.
Such a tease for Lytle there, just to be so close and see the open lane there. You think, like, as a driver, I should be able to just go through there and take the lead, but all that momentum on the high line's got to be driving him crazy.
Absolutely. So frustrating. Tate Lytle has to absolutely be sick of this silver bullet.
No more cores.
Course, the get out of my face fear.
Look at Gore now, really hanging tight with these top three. It's been, I think, pretty much a top three battle for most of the race. Gore has really now added himself to that mix.
Yeah, he has definitely not let these top three go. We'll see if he has the ability to make a move. William White behind him got a little sideways off of two.
And this time by 100 to go.
There we have it. We are officially at the 3/4 mark. Tate Lytle trying to make another attempt to get by the 40 for the race lead.
Just barely clipping the apron on entry to 3, doing everything he can to maximize the track. It's unbelievable.
You know, something I've been wondering is that when Lytle has been to the inside of Bodie trying to get by, I'm surprised that Justin Wadsworth hadn't tried to jump behind Bodie and try to slip past Lytle while Tate is suffering on the inside line.
Yeah, very true. Maybe he's thinking the same thing, kind of sizing it up. There's an opportunity right here. Looks like he's there, almost. Whew.
Oh, and he almost got it.
I think it was 3 wide here for 5th.
Yeah, that battle for the top 5 is absolutely heating up. Ethan Stanley is finally driven up on the scene. William White went from P5 down to P7. As Stanley and Ryan Borges get by.
I'm being shown Ethan Stanley is a lap down.
Yes,
He went down Pit
Is
Road
he?
on lap 276. He's short stopping it yet again. He figures, hey, listen, he figures 2 times it hasn't worked out, 3rd time's a charm.
I agree with that one.
Well, it hasn't worked out for any other time Ethan has tried it, but it might work for him this time.
Look how much quicker he is right now. He's going to get his lap back, and then it's a matter of that timing of the last stop. Do you know about how long we can go on fuel here?
I
No.
unfortunately I don't have the fuel numbers with me either.
I would assume
if-
about 80 though, right?
Possibly. If anyone would like to provide us with that information, we would greatly appreciate it.
So you're thinking, like, if you're Stanley, you get by these guys, then you can kind of cut your next pit stop in half and only do, like, so much fuel and get fresh tires, be out, and possibly really good position.
Yeah, but this is only going to work if these guys have to make 2 more stops. Like, if they get to, like, another 11, 12 laps or so, if we think the fuel window is 80 laps, then they'll be good to go to the end. where if the fuel tank is only 80 laps, then Stanley is absolutely going to have to pit again. So as here comes Lytle, this is the farthest alongside he's been in some time.
Sliding off of 2.
Yeah, just can't make it work. And once again, Tyler Fode holds on.
Yeah, Stanley would have to make up a whole lap, which I'm not putting out of the question.
Yeah, but for even someone like Ethan Stanley, that is a lot to ask.
Great battle here in the top 4 still, coming up on a lap car. Looks like Rabilas. Yeah.
Yep, you are correct. There they go to the inside of the 99. Cody barely gonna clear.
This late into the run, and they're still going just past the 9,000 RPM mark.
Wow.
Madness, absolutely madness. The pace they're still able to display. And this has been a long run on these tires.
Lytle looks so great on the entry, I tell you. I think he has the speed once he gets around to maybe pull away. So see if maybe he goes a lap longer or tries an undercut or something here on the pit cycle.
Yeah, I think you would have to go the undercut, because obviously the overcut would require you to still have to make some passes.
Yeah.
And it's clear passing the 40 is not that easy, so
Be the first to pit last.
Exactly. And
there's a good run here.
Stanley.
I think he decided better of it though, maybe with the tires being a little worn out, but it looked like he had a pretty good run there off the 4. Oh,
yeah. Oh, nope, here comes the late Norgard. Connor Thompson also bringing it down.
I would come in immediately, like knowing if you can make it the rest of the way here.
Absolutely, I'd be doing the same. And let's see, passing pit road once again. Any more takers? Negative. At least not from the guys on screen. Norgard finished his service and he's down and away. And same for the 30 of Connor Thompson.
Seen a lot more movement on exit with these cars, really kind of gathering it up, not having the grip they used to.
Yeah, they're putting the pedal to the metal. They're trying to burn off what they have left of these tires before it's time to come in. I think William White might be bringing the 43 car down soon. Nope.
Very interesting how many cars are deciding to stay out and avoid maybe going a lap down under caution, but you know, like I said, the first to pit last, that seems to be the right call right now. With those fresh tires, you'll get the track position.
Yeah, and speaking of track position, whoa, Tyler Popp trying to battle with the 43 of William White. I think he got loose entering the corner. Tyler driving that 2 car for all it's worth, trying to, big sideways for Mark Rabilas. Oh, baby, that might have been the caution that,
He's still.
and he's sideways again. Oh, goodness.
Just about to say, we only have 19 cars on track at the moment. So at this point of the race, this is a very taxing race, both physically and mentally for a lot of these guys. With 19 drivers on track, it would be the best time to do a short pit stop. That's why I'm thinking Ethan Stanley, he has been cursed twice now in this race, and he's still going for it, and I don't really blame him. You know, third time's a charm, people say, but it's also less cars. Yeah, more people are fatigued, but it's still a good time to do it. Because a lot of the people who are still on this are people who just don't really they don't really quit. They don't have quit in their vocabulary. So they're out there. They're giving it their best, and you know, I can see this going green the rest of the way.
Totally agree.
Yeah, if there's ever time to do that, it'd be here where the opportunity of a caution is at a smaller percentage than what it has been.
You see Stanley's really hit a wall once he got to these top four, so this is really hurting him and his chance to not only get his lap back, but to keep that pace.
I think Tate's doing it.
Oh, Tate Lytle bringing it down. There he is.
First one.
Second place going for the undercut, and this is probably going to bring everyone else in the top 5 down.
Yeah, you got to come down if you're everybody else.
Let's see, Tyler Fody having the lap JP Phillips.
Staying out?
Yeah, he is staying out. Justin Wadsworth is not. The 6 is bringing it down. 69 staying out.
A lot of traffic for Fody.
Morgan's going down as well.
Had another car. There's the 42 Ryan Borges, like you said, Carlos. Tyler Fody still staying out. Tyler Pop bringing it down. Daniel Moore staying out. So the 40 and the 69 are not bringing it down yet. They might be looking for the overcut here.
I'm seeing some cars looking like Silver Crown cars down these straightaways, just spinning out.
No kidding. All that horsepower and no downforce to hold on to it. Here comes Tate Lytle trying to work his way through some of the traffic.
Ethan Stanley has a 9-second advantage, 9.5 second advantage. Excuse me, 8.5 second advantage on Tate Lytle.
Interesting. We'll see. We'll get some major answers on the difference in tires. It's going to be a gap for Tate Lytle to try to run down. And we don't even know if Ethan Stanley is officially good on fuel either. I imagine he would have to be, right, to be able to make that stop. Otherwise, it's an interesting strategy choice if he doesn't. Here comes Cale Pocock bringing it down.
I think Stanley would have. He hit it on like 275 or so. I don't know if. Do you think they can go 120? Okay, that'd be amazing if he could do that.
Yeah, that's pushing it even for a short track. So now Ethan Stanley's luck. He might not get when he needs a caution. He might not get it.
Yeah.
I tell you, when you get cautions when you absolutely don't need them, and you don't get a caution when you absolutely do, that's when you look up to the sky and go, really? This feels personal.
Yeah, the racing gods are definitely involved for sure.
Yep. Yeah, it's absolutely clear that the top two are going for the overcut here. Trying to build that tire offset.
They're going to have such fresher tires towards the end of the race, but what they're giving up right now could be significant.
Yeah. Oh, Ethan Stanley almost got the wall.
At the same time, you're seeing cars left and right.
And Ethan Stanley bringing it back down.
So yeah, he could not make it.
Alright, Hardcastle as well.
Yep, The 38 of Andrew Hardcastle is also bringing it down pit road.
So our first car that pit would be Lytle.
Currently 6.
Currently 6 and first car 1 lap down. Tate's got now a pretty healthy gap back to the next car that pitted on a similar strat with him, Justin Wadsworth. Wadsworth able to get past Phillips and Chris Wright. That's going to help him. But he's still got, I believe that was Tate Lytle up ahead, just making it his way down into turn 1.
About a backstretch behind your race leader.
Oh, and here comes Ryan Borges shooting it through the middle. What a move by Borges. He can't waste any time. Well, that was a risky move. If you get it, if you cost the caution yourself, oh man, your 9 is done at this point. But able to
fun move to felt pretty good going through there like that.
Absolutely, as we see Lytle going past Daniel Gore. Gore and Fody continue to circulate this track.
Now White still has not pit. He's out there.
And excuse me, I don't know where I got my information from, but Tate Lytle was most definitely not a backstretch behind your race leader when I said that. I think he was maybe about half a backstretch behind, maybe a little more. I think at this point now he's definitely under half a backstretch.
Yeah, tires showing their, the fresh ability, like about a second difference, having those fresh tires to the old tires.
Fastest lap of the race, Ethan Stanley, 21.97.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's got to put the pedal to the metal. He's got a lot to gain, as he is, what is he, around 2 laps down? Yes, he is. So he's got to push like heck to at least get back to just being 1 lap down. The caution comes out and he's 2. Yeah, that's pretty well race over for Ethan Stanley. More than likely at any rate.
Here comes Lytle, looking to get his lap back. Wadsworth closing in too. He's got that gap down.
Yeah, Justin has not let Lytle run away. Definitely not as close as we have seen him, but he's still within striking distance. Whoa, big sideways for Mark Morales again.
Pit lane.
Yep, he is bringing it down. Oh, that was probably really terrifying for Tate Lytle there. And Wadsworth.
But Fody and I think we have White and Frankenfield, guys like that have not pit, are going to be flying at the end of this race. Gore. Oh, here we go. Pit stop.
Oh, here he is. Race leader is in. Tyler Fody brings it down. Johnny Thomas follows him through. And let's see. I don't think White or Gore are following him down.
No, Gore has stayed out. White did, though.
All right. William White brings it down. Daniel Gore will take over the lead of this race. All right, well, Tyler Fody's, Tyler Fody gonna have about 52, 53 laps or so to try to run back down Tate Lytle for the lead of this race.
We're about to see the true speed of all these leaders right now.
Absolutely. This is the best case scenario if you're Tyler Fody in a way, because you don't have to worry about saving anything. Just flat to the floor and just see if you can bust out 50 plus qualifying laps.
Fody, I think, got loose.
has a 12.6 second gap to Tyler Fody.
Ooh,
That's a lot of time.
about 50 laps.
This will be one of the best wins of Tyler Fody's career if he can pull it off, or at least his career as far as what I've seen. Obviously, haven't been around the world of the elite racing leagues for too long of a time, but it sure be the most impressive drive I've seen here. And there's your
Wadsworth.
current race leader. Sorry to interrupt you, Victor, but Daniel Gore bringing it down on a pit road.
The last to stop, he will have the freshest tires at the end of this race.
Yes, sir. How much pace does Daniel Gore have in that Ford Taurus?
50 laps to go when the leader crosses the line again.
Ready, and I think this might be a good time to maybe do a bit of a through the field here, kind of set where everything stands after green flag pit stops have finished up. Your leader, Tate Lytle, pulling off the undercut. He's got the lead after he just trying lap after lap to get by that 40. He passes them off pit road, but will he have the pace to hold him off and keep that 40 way behind? Second place, Justin Wadsworth. He's been in the fight the entire race. He pitted about a lap or so after Tate Lytle got a smidge fresher tires. We'll see what Wadsworth has. He's been, Lord knows, he was trying to spend a lot of time getting by that 56. Your third place runner, Ryan Borges, another one of the early guys to stop. He's using those earlier fresher tires to perfection, running a fantastic P3, trying to hold off the guys on the freshies. Tyler Potts sitting in P4, a fantastic run for him and everything he's had to deal with all night. And trying to bring home another top 5 finish. And there's Tyler Fody. He's one of the last guys to stop. He's got the absolute massive task to try to run down that big gap up to the race leader, Tate Lytle. He's already cut 4 seconds off of the race lead since he pit. We'll see if he can continue to eat into that advantage. And take it away, Victor.
Yeah, we'll round out the top 10 here. Got a Leighton Norgard in 6. He's been there about for, I'd say, 80% of the race, just running right around that 5th and 6th spot, maintaining good position. Look, you see he's running a 22.996, so just ahead there in 5th place we had Fody. He's running a 22.2 for reference. There you have 7th place Jacob Adams. He's up 27 spots in this race. Incredible job. He's looking for a top 10 and should be able to achieve that here with less than 50 laps to go.
Quick note, Tyler Fody has gone around Tyler Pop. Fody 2-4 now. All right, continue here with 8th.
All right, and up next we have Cale Pocock. He's up 4 spots here for Abbott Motorsports. Last lap of 22.847. He's going a bit quicker, so he might be able to track down a few more positions before the end of this race. Go a little further back, and we got Daniel Gore, the freshest tires on track, 22.142 that last time by with traffic, getting by Chris Wright. Keep an eye on him. He's a bit further back from Fody, but I don't know if he'll be able to track him down. Looks like he had a bit of a slower pit stop, but definitely has the freshest tires and should be able to get up into the top 5 before it's all said and done. Finally, we have William White in 10th place. Also on the same strategy, has fresh tires coming back up through the field. Imagine he'll be up towards 6th or 7th when it's all said and done, if not battling for a top 5.
One thing I want to note, you kind of mentioned this just a little bit, and I'm looking at this now, just in case it may come into fruition here. With about 42 laps remaining here in this race when they cross the line, 41 when they cross the line actually. Tate Lytle had a 14.65 second pit stop time, which is, you know, for the time, okay, no issue. Tyler Fody, 15.17 second pit stop time. That's almost half a second slower than Tate Lytle. But another thing to consider is just how much time they've spent in pit lane overall. And Tate Lytle, 41.73 seconds down timing lines in pit lane, and Tyler Fody with a 42.42. That's almost, very close, almost a full second slower than Tate Lytle. So if it comes down to Tate Lytle and Tyler Foley batting for position, and Tate Lytle wins by about 0.8 of a second, you can bet your Bunsen burner that's because Tate Lytle is faster down pit lane.
Wow, great call.
Yeah, but I don't think that's gonna matter because Tyler Fody is on the charge of a lifetime. Last time I saw it, it was already down to just 5 seconds behind race leader Tate Lytle, and he still has about 37 laps to go. So that tire difference is gargantuan.
Oh man, this is gonna be good.
Absolutely. We got ourselves a grandstand finish here on the way.
See the rubber just flying everywhere now at this point in the race too.
Absolutely got all the marbles. The clag, as the great David Hobbs always liked to call it. Yeah, look at the gains that Tyler Fody is making.
Wow.
Plus Tate Lytle still has to worry about that 6 car.
I'm gonna say this is actually less gains than I thought it would have been.
Yeah, I thought he'd be a bit more like 3 or 4 tenths a second per lap, but he does have quite a bit of traffic here.
Yeah, and especially with how much that he erased from that gap as quickly as he did. Like, he took seconds out of it within the first few laps. So yeah, the traffic has to be playing a factor here.
And there's Burgess.
Yeah, what can Ryan Borges do to hold off this 40 car? He wants another top 3.
Something that might help Tyler Fody is that Wadsworth this last time by at least was a little bit faster than Tate Lytle. If Wadsworth can go and put some pressure on Lytle, see, yeah, okay, that's 2 in a row. He's a little bit faster. If he can go put pressure on Tate Lytle, that might be able to slow down these guys. Might be enough for Tyler Fody, who is now in 3rd, to chase down the leaders.
Yeah, Ryan Borges gave him everything he had, which wasn't much compared to what Tyler Fody has tire-wise.
I think I see quite a bit of traffic coming up for our leaders too, as they're looking like they're entering turn 3 right now, and they'll get there here soon.
Ooh, Wadsworth was loose there.
Yeah,
might be all she wrote.
Yeah, he lost some significant ground that last lap, and I think it's going to be even greater this time around. Yeah, another 10th or so.
See that gap stabilizing now with Fody though.
Yeah. Does he still have more traffic to deal with?
Fody, no, he's got clear tracks ahead. He sees the leaders.
Yeah. Interesting. See, moment of truth.
Oh wow.
Yeah, not much of a gain. Very interesting.
30 to go.
Yeah, you wonder if he may be starting to go a little bit conservative to avoid just absolutely burning the tires off, but you don't have a whole lot of time to be too conservative, because we said, oh, he's got plenty of time, 37 laps. Well, now all of a sudden it's under 30 laps.
Yeah, tiptoeing that line is not easy.
Yeah, time's a wasted here. And then you still have to actually, you know, make the pass. We say it all the time in racing. Catching him is one thing, passing it is another. And, you know, with all the time wasted trying to get around Tyler Fody. You know that Tate Lytle is going to make it as hard on Fody as Fody was making it on him.
Yeah, he took notes, I'm very sure.
You know, we have been thinking about, you know, the difference of tires, of laps, I should say, between the tires of Tate Lytle and Tyler Fody, and yes, about 15, 20 laps is 20 laps is a significant number for any track, even a short track.
Oh, we got chaos on the back straightaway. Frankenfield
my.
and White with issues. We're staying
No,
green for now.
Oh, they're both
Oh
destroyed.
no, I think we're gonna get a yellow. I don't think Frankenfield can get that
can't
car
turn.
back to pit road. That right front is cooked, and so is the right front for William White. Oh man, this is the last thing you want to see if you're Tate Lytle.
They're doing everything they can to bring it back around. Hopefully they're able to.
Yeah, I'm honestly surprised we're still green here. Yeah, Tate
Wow.
Lytle lost. That wreck happened right in front of Tate Lytle. That cost him so much time just trying to make sure that he wasn't going to get in the middle of it.
Yeah, Chad can't get down, I don't think. Oh, there he goes.
Oh,
Is to bring it down to
Yeah.
a crawl.
yeah, and that's
Great
the
job.
second tally on Chad, so our benevolent overlord is done for the night.
After an incredible comeback, too. Just shame that it ends like that for him.
Absolutely.
See if I got my
See,
thing
they were-
correct here.
Yeah, they were battling for position. Chad is, of course, feeling it. And nope, this is probably lap 4.
See, I don't really have the information to see what. Oh man!
Oh!
Oh.
Yeah, can you back that up a little bit?
Yeah, it looks like he did come up. Race control thinks he came up.
Yeah, I think he came up too. Like Chad's is arguing that William Gate didn't really give him a whole lot of space to get off the corner, but you know, what I'm seeing from William isn't too egregious as far as that. Like the movement from the 15 going up is pretty noticeable.
The blimp shot did a good job, I think, showing that. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, we reset. Tyler Fody continues the charge now with 20 laps to go in this race.
Tyler Fody's about to have his biggest test, his biggest challenge of the night, and that is passing Justin Wadsworth. We don't think Wadsworth has the pace to win this race at the moment unless something happens to Tate Lytle. But Wadsworth is still fast, and he can hold up Tyler Fody, potentially hold up Tyler Fody the rest of the race. As he sends it in, Tyler Fody might use the 03 as a pick.
Yeah, JP Phillips is in a really bad position for Justin Wadsworth. Are they going to try to force the 3 wide? If I'm Wadsworth, I'm just sending it through the center. JP Phillips doing the great thing, going as high as he can, and he will get out of the way of these two. Wadsworth is going to keep his nose right there alongside the 40. He sends it in there, slides up. This might be all she wrote, and it is. Tyler Fody up into P2 and sets his sights on the race lead.
All right, so we can throw out these last 2 laps because they were battling. That doesn't matter. Now, Tyler Fody has a clean track ahead of him. Tate Lytle has a little bit of lap traffic, but shouldn't be an issue. Now it's going to see if Fody was saving anything, because he needs to put the pedal down.
Yeah, Tate Lytle gonna have to get around Fody's Lake Norman teammate of Chris Wright in 25. There goes Lytle to the inside of Wright. Right running that extreme high lane, and he's still gonna be there on the outside. Chris Wright does not want to go a lap down here with 15 laps to go, and he's still gonna be there. This is absolutely a massive help to Tyler Fody.
Yeah, as a car going a lap down, you want to do everything you can to finish on that lead lap, so you can't really blame Chris Wright for trying.
Oh, Lytle slides right up, turns it into
man.
a slide job. Wright trying to cross him over to the inside. Chris Wright can't get back.
Got that high line.
Tate Lytle survives, he gets ahead. Now Tate Lytle trying to focus forward and continuing to try to set into the sunlight. Even though we are officially at night here in this race, of course. Big gain for Tyler Fode on that last lap as Lytle was battling with the lap car, Chris Wright.
He needs to be gaining more, though. I think he's almost out of time.
Yeah, time's a wasting for the 40.
Needs to be 3/10 or so.
And it wasn't even the 10th. Tate Lytle only has one more car to worry about for the foreseeable future. Mark Rabilis there running the extreme high line as well. Once again, the last thing Tate Lytle wants to see. And there's another 10th off for Tyler Fode. And Rabilis gives way. Lytle ahead. He's got 2 cars in between him and Tyler Fode, which might prove incredibly helpful. But that time, Tyler Fode made up a quarter of a second.
Time to go.
That Monte Carlo has still got a lot of speed in it. Yes, sir, you heard it from Victor. We were 10 laps ago, about to hit 9. But Tyler Fode still has to get by 2 more cars to get up to the 56. Only gain half a tenth that time.
Fode's got to be begging to get by. Just let me cleanly by.
Absolutely, and Chris Wright not making it easy, just like he didn't make it easy on Tate Lytle. This time he will complete the pass on the 25. That time, nearly a 10th. These gains just aren't big enough. Fode to the inside of the 99, and will clear. All right. No one in the way of the race lead for Tyler Fode. Just one more car to run down to make this comeback. Barely half a tenth.
Yeah, I think this lap will be very telling now that they both have full lap with clean air and get a good indication.
Absolutely. Go 6 laps to go. Advantage at the line only comes down to 10th. Still not even down to 1 second, is 1.2. Tate Lytle makes off at turn 4, coming to 5 laps to go at Richmond.
This is great racing. Love to see how Lytle is there in his driver's seat at home on that webcam. He's got to be just so excited right now.
Yeah, this is just an incredible drive. This is a fantastic race from everyone. We are on the edge of our seats. Who's gonna get it? 4 laps to go for Lytle. Tyler Fode gains another a little more than half a tenth again. Still not making the gains he needs.
We're getting really close to that 0.8 of a second mark that I talked about being a difference maker between the pit stops.
Yeah, you are dead on with that.
Yeah, wow, not even half a tenth, just barely, not even 200ths. I think the Goodyear is missing all the good on Tyler Fode's car. It's just year.
Just gonna come up just short. Unbelievable.
2 laps to go at Richmond. Can Tate Lytle hold on? Can he hold off the 40th Tyler Fode? We saw that 56 have some pretty hefty pace earlier in this race, but couldn't get the track position So he went to the strategy. He threw out the overcut. He threw out the Hail Mary. And it looks like it is working to perfection. White flag is out. 1 lap to go at Richmond. Tyler Fode is driving in as hard as he can, but he is not close. God, I don't even know how much gap between the two. Off at turn 4, coming to the checkered. Tate Lytle is going to pull it off. Lytle wins at Richmond.
Great
Fantastic race from Tate Lytle.
Well, burnout over the finish line, too. That was perfect.
What a genius strategy call from Tate Lytle. And
Look
a
at the
fantastic. Yeah. Oh.
Final
I don't
results?
think he was.
9/10 of a second.
That was amazing. Wow. Great call on that pit stop and the time that they left in there. Oh.
You called it.
Well-deserved win, though, for Lytle. He was there all night long on the rear bumper of Fode. Just gave him everything he could. And who knows on equal tires how that may have gone. I think Lytle still has something for him on equal tires, but the way that played out at the end was just too great. That was fun.
Remember that whole like middle half to last section of the race, Tate Lytle was always on the back bumper of Tyler Fode. Just couldn't get the pass done. So I do think Tate Lytle had the fastest car of the night. It's just Tyler Fode just was able to defend. His defense skills were significant, and with the huge change in pit stops and strategy that Tate Lytle had, just gave him all the advantage he needed.
Absolutely. The biggest thing that the undercut gave him was the clean air that he needed. You know, we figured all throughout the night that if he could get clear of Tyler Fode, that he would have possibly just run off into the sunset. He showed that once he got past that 40 and didn't have to deal with him anymore, he had the speed to pull away, and he did. Even with the tire delta, Tyler Fode just did not have enough for Tate Lytle. As we see the final race results, your top 3, Tate Lytle, Tyler Fode, and Justin Wadsworth. Brian Borges and Daniel Gore round out the top 5. Tyler Popp, Leighton Norgard, Cale Pocock rounding out the top 8. All of our lead lap finishers. Jacob Adams and Ethan Stanley round out the top 10. Johnny Thomas, Chris Wright, David Phillips, Connor Thompson, and Mark Verbilis top 15. Excuse me. Frank Fode, William White, and Chad Frankenfield 16th through 18th. And then the final page of tonight, I will toss that over to my broadcast partner.
Yeah, now everyone else here we have on the leaderboard is out of the race here. So 19th on back, Andrew Hardcastle, Jesse Rasmussen 20th. 21st, Scott Crump had a great car all evening, but after 2 tallies was out of the race. 22nd, Paul Schmallenberg. 23rd, Vincent Isabella. 21st, Dave Huckleberry. And 25th, we had Caleb Peschumer. 26th, Harrison Tylon. 27th with Jared Rexing. Zach Evans finished 28th, followed by Paul Mikolajczyk. 30th, we had Ty McIntosh, and then Jared Campbell in 31st. Rounding out the rest of the field was Gavin Hibbs in 32nd, Aaron Smith in 33rd, Noah Blackwell 34th, and lastly, 35th place, Andrew Rucker.
Alrighty, and it's time to get to our top 3. And we'll start off with our 3rd place finisher of Justin Wadsworth. Justin, James in the booth, you got a copy?
Yeah, what's going on, guys?
Oh, well, that was one heck of a race for you out there. One heck of a race for anyone there in this race. Take us through your night. You were pretty close there, but just quite weren't close enough.
Yeah. I mean, what a long race. That was fun though. We got some green flag runs. I mean, as you guys saw, I feel like me, Tate, and Tyler were all about the same pace. it just, you know, the track position was so key. It was so tough to pass, and then that last run, I saw Tate took a dip down pit road, and he was going to jump Fody, and I thought that was probably the move. So I went the next lap, but the lap time difference between, you know, fresh tires and old ones was, you know, I think it was a 2.5 second gap to Tate, so I pushed really hard to catch him, and then I think by the time I caught him, I had just kind of used up my stuff, and then my auto fuel, I don't know if it was off or just because I was pushing hard that last run, but I actually ended up having to save fuel the last 15 or 20 laps, so I really kind of dropped off there. But happy to come home P3 after 400 miles for sure.
Yeah, we saw you almost got by Tate a couple times there towards the mid part of the race, but man, just completing those passes just was not easy out there.
No, like I was saying, just the track position was so key, and I don't know if Tyler took a few pit stops into the race, and that's how he kind of jumped Stanley to get the lead, and I'd say that was probably the move of the race there. What a great call by him. So yeah, and then I talked to Tate in the waiting room, and it turns out he took a full fuel tank instead to kind of loosen it up. Maybe that would have helped me a little bit too on that last run there, but all in all, a good night, you know, and congrats to Tate, and, you know, a good run by Tyler too. It's always fun battling with those guys.
Yeah, that was just an unbelievable performance for you there. You were basically lurking in the picture the entire race. How easy were you taking it on those opening first few stints?
You know, honestly, I was kind of just trying to gauge it off of Tate and Tyler and hopefully do just a little bit more saving, so maybe I could, you know, make a run at it. But it seemed like every time I'd save for a little bit to cool the tires off, and then I'd try to make a run to Tate's outside, you know, and then, you know, a couple laps of that, and you've kind of heated it right back up. So then I'd fall back a little bit, and Tate was smart where he would kind of wait for me to do that, and then when I would fall back a little bit to cool him off, that's when he would make his run on Tyler. So it didn't, you know, leave an opening for me on the outside since he had that little bit of gap. So just smart racing by him. But yeah, I mean, we tried our best out there. Like I said, it was just tough. Track position was key. But all in all, like I said, good night tonight.
Yeah, awesome performance from you tonight. Any sponsors, plugs, and shout outs you'd like to give?
No sponsors in this one other than just running the old Blue Steel throwback scheme. But shout out to my dad, my family, mom, sister, girlfriend, Jill. They're always watching and cheering me on. My dad's actually been crew chiefing for me. He picked up iRacing just so he could do that. So that's been really fun. So I've been chatting with him during the race on the team chat. Shout out to Pro Edge. You know, it's been fun racing with those guys too. And then, you know, shout out to you guys. You guys always do an awesome job up in the booth. It's always fun to watch them back. And then, yeah, lastly, shout out to Tate for the win and Tyler for the second place. Like I said, it was a lot of fun tonight. I wish we could have more races that kind of go caution free. So yeah, thank you to all you guys, really.
Alrighty, well, we appreciate you, Justin, and hopefully we're talking to you again next week.
Yeah, I hope so, guys. Thank you.
Alright, there's your P3 finisher of Justin Wadsworth, and now gonna cut it over to Victor for our runner-up.
Hey, Tyler, Victor here up in the booth. You got me?
Yeah.
Hey, good job there on the second place finish. I know you probably wanted that win. You're getting pretty close there at the end, but congratulations on second. Anything you would have done differently to try to get the win tonight?
Well, hindsight, knowing that we weren't going to get a yellow through that last pit cycle, I would have just pit the very next lap that Tate had gone in, and ideally come back out in front of him, and would have made it hard again, pretty much like the whole race, to try and get by. But in the moment, the risk of pitting early and then getting a yellow coming out and just kind of ruining your race, that was too high in my opinion. So that's why I was kind of hesitant, and we hadn't really done a green flag pit stop the whole race. So when Tate went in like 20 laps early, I was thinking, okay, well, I mean, I'll probably just run this out of gas for the next 20 laps, and hopefully as everyone starts to do their pit cycles, we catch a yellow with one of them wrecking or something like that, and that would pretty much seal it for me. But yeah, we never got it, and had about a 10-second gap to make up there on Tate. But I mean, Tate's honestly deserving winner because he had about a tenth or two pace on me pretty much the whole night. It was just almost impossible to pass, so I was basically holding him up. Had he gotten by at any point in that race, I think he would have had a 4 or 5 second lead going into that last pit stop. Like, it wouldn't have even been close. So I knew it was going to be a tough task to try and run him back down. And yeah, just ran out of laps there, ran out of tires. We just kind of leveled off. So second, honestly, feels pretty good after all that.
Yeah, you did a great job all night. You know, you really controlled the race like you were mentioning out front, probably led the most laps, and did a great job on defense, you know, just holding those lines and preventing people from getting to your outside. It was really fun to watch. And then you were on defense for, I'd say, 80% of the race, and then you had to go full offense on those last like 50 laps. And I'm sure it was a lot of fun running through the traffic with fresh tires and seeing that gap close and close. But man, just seeing you guys race and get close like that is really exciting. But early on in the race, were you kind of biding your time, or were you pushing as hard as you could also, or, you know, were you just kind of preserving everything?
Yeah, early on we were kind of back a little bit. Stanley had got in front of me, and then we had some guys staying out on those early yellows, and no one really knew kind of what we were in for as far as how hard it would be to pass and the kind of runs we were going to get. But overall, I think most of the field was going maybe 80-90% the first 100 laps or so, 200 laps, and I was just fortunate enough to kind of cycle out in front of it all. And yeah, we weren't really pushing more than like 90%, and I feel like most of the guys behind were kind of doing the same thing, at least the first half. And then the second half, Tate was really going and trying it a few times, and I was realizing that I wasn't actually faster than him at all, and I was just holding him up really. So yeah, first half we were just kind of riding, and second half was full defense and hoping for a lucky yellow.
Yeah, you did a great job out there, and totally understand the strategy call, hoping for that yellow, because they were there throughout the whole first half of the race. So the Silver Bullet, though, looked great out front for most of the night. And any shout outs, though, you want to give, or anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, just to Lake Norman guys. My dad, of course, running here. I can't believe he stuck around, to be honest, 17 laps down, but he got 16th, so that was cool. Crump had a good night early on, and then just ran into some trouble late, and Caleb actually had a wheel disconnect, so that was unfortunate, but always fun running with those guys. And shout out to Jonathan Cutlip with JD Designs for doing the paint schemes for me and the whole team, getting the throwback looking good there. So shout out to him, and shout out to you guys, honestly, for hanging out with us for this long one and putting on a good show.
Yeah, you got it. Congrats again on second place. It was a lot of fun seeing you and your dad up there on the front row there for a moment, but hope you have a great rest of your evening there.
Yeah, man, appreciate it.
Alrighty, there's Victor with our second place finisher, and now it's time to interview the race winner, Tate James, in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you loud and clear, bud.
Wow. What a race. First of all, obviously, the biggest question, the strategy call. The undercut was a stroke of genius there.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't pass him. I tried every which way, probably 10, 15 times, and I mean, I literally could not pass him. And I had Wadsworth and Gore on my rear too, so I really kind of had to, I couldn't really take every run. I had to kind of wait until I had a couple car lengths to mess around with. But yeah, I couldn't pass him, and I figured I was just gonna, I knew he could run a 70 lap stint, and we kind of just 40 laps into the run, you hit a 23 flat or like a 22.8 or 9 or 23 flat, depending on how you hit the lap, and that's just where you stayed until you pitted. So I thought that the undercut was going to be a good call, because he really, I knew he was going to be gaining on me a lot those first couple laps, but I figured once he got to 2 or 3 seconds behind me, we were going to kind of even out. He might get a half a tenth here or half a tenth there, but I knew that if he was only a half a tenth faster, there's no way he could pass me, because I felt like I was a half a tenth faster than him the whole race, and I couldn't do anything with him. So a weird race, a long race. My eyes hurt. I mean, they're so dry. My hands hurt from gripping the wheel. Hopefully we never do another full distance race at Richmond, but glad we were able to at least get the win. fun, clean racing with Fody. I tried to use the door on him one time just because I was running out of options. And when that didn't even work, I just kind of got in line and figured I was gonna have to undercut him. I figured if I got in front of him, he wasn't gonna be able to pass me because I felt like I had a little bit more pace, and the tires just evened out so much, about a second off the fast laps. And so I started big saving right off the bat just so I knew that I'd have some tire to play with at the end, and we were pretty even there at the last 5, 6, 10 laps, and it worked out for us. It took all 400 laps to get him, but glad we were able to come out on top. I was a little bummed that I let him lead the most laps. I was thinking about points there in the middle of the race, but it just wasn't worth trying to bump and run him and end up ruining both of our races. So glad we were able to make a strategy play to get the win. But shout out to Brent Wentz, Days Gone By, Vintage Racing Apparel, for being on the car for the 10th season in a row in Elite, I think, and hopefully we continue that relationship. Shout out Dad if you're watching. He's on vacation on the East Coast, so I highly doubt it. But yeah, fun hard race. I mean, it was a challenge just to stay focused and just hit your marks and try and get the best lap time you could out of each lap. So I'm a little drained mentally, and hands and eyes need a little rest.
Absolutely. Well, go take that rest. You earned it with a fantastic race win tonight, and hopefully we're talking to you again in a couple weeks.
Sounds good. Hopefully. Thanks, guys.
All right, there's your race winner, and well, we survived, Victor.
That was a lot of fun. I'm glad I could join.
Yeah, and to remind everyone tonight, this was Victor's first ever official broadcast, and it sure as heck didn't seem like it. You sound like you've been doing it for years, basically.
Well, you guys just make it so easy, and then the drivers, with all the drama, it was a great race all around, and made it real easy to be natural here on the microphone tonight.
Absolutely. Well, after a wild and crazy race that was, I think it's time for all of us to go home. So for my partners Victor Aldrich and Carlos Acosta, I've been James Watson. We'll see you in 2 weeks.